I left. And then Monday comes around. He's like, "Hey, I need a bottle of bourbon, blah blah blah." And I was like, "No, I don't have anything for you." And he said, "What? Why? What's going on?" I said, "I came down to the volleyball game that you invited me to, and I saw that one guy had on a T-shirt." He goes, "I told them all to wear." I said, "What? You didn't, because they didn't have them on."
Wasn't he the one guy that had it on?
Yeah.
You're the only guy?
Yeah.
Joe, I would have been wearing mine.
No,
I know.
But I saw it. It wasn't you that was wearing it.
I know.
It was the guy that works for us, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ever since she took over the sponsorship stuff, we're out of money in like 2 months.
It's true.
She gives from January to beginning of March. I'm like,
I don't.
we're done.
No, in my defense, I don't tell anybody no when they ask for a donation, because like we're a community-based store. So why would we do that if we're not supporting our community? Then,
Yeah.
what good are we? Right.
I agree.
If they're
If I
not
don't
always
have any
huge
money,
donations.
what good am I?
They're not always huge donations. Sometimes it's money. Sometimes it'll be like a whole
Right.
sponsorship for a golf tournament or like product or something.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not going to tell anybody no. I mean, if it's like for a personal person.
Yeah.
But like if it's an organization or a charity.
I know. And I have to say thank you, because I know little Mario has asked you, and you've always been so gracious. So yes.
Well, I mean, it's
thank you.
what you do. You take
Yeah.
care of
Yeah.
your people.
And then again, I'll say it again. You guys took care of us when we first started. Back, can you imagine, Joe? This was 2 years ago when I started this.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And it'll come around if you catch me at the right time.
I'm trying.
Go ask Jamie, and that's what it is.
Yeah. So before we start, something I got to say real quick is, ladies and gentlemen out there, Big Daddy's Fireworks will start selling Sunday the 29th. They are located at 614 Reynolds Avenue on Strawberry Hill. You guys familiar with Strawberry Hill, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Big Daddy's Fireworks open up their fireworks stand, and then they just have it. And we're actually going to be live. We're going to shoot live there on next week.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, Wednesday.
On
We
Wednesday?
did it last year
Okay.
as well. Yeah. So again, 614 Reynolds Avenue, right next to the 403 Club. They're the biggest pinball bar in KC. Have you been to that bar? It's a really cool little bar. It's a small bar, but there's like 30 pinball machines. You can sit there and have a drink while you're playing pinball. Take you back to the day.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
oh, yeah.
something you would like.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. So like I said, Sunday they will be open the 29th from 10 to 10, and then from there on to the 4th of July. And of course, maybe a day after. I don't know if they can sell fireworks.
No,
after.
you can't. You have.
I don't know.
4th
Anyway,
of
they'll
July,
be selling. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that'll be starting up. So, and if you do show up, and if you do say the Big Modcast sent you, Joe Quinn will, I'm pretty sure, give you a discount, 50, 60, 70% off, maybe, depending on how good he's feeling. Yeah, he may just hand people fireworks. So, yeah. And in saying that, let's go ahead and start the show. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. Cover your ears, guys. Here we go. Yes, listen to the crowd. We can get some real. There we go. Yeah, thank you so much. I am a Big Mod, the host of the show. I got Chris running the board as usual. Sandy sitting in the chair. The EP is not here today, but I got another Jose sitting with us. My cousin Joey from El Paso, Texas, came into town for what?
I'm a B team.
B team. Oh, there you go. Yeah, B team Jose. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and introduce our guests. The owners of Moonlight Liquor, Jamie and Joe Spinello. Let's give them an applause. Should it have been Joe and Jamie? I said it right. Yeah. Oh, let's give you some.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast.
I just push off buttons.
Let's see what happens.
Wait, this is what Joe likes hearing. Yeah, but yes, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
The studio looks a little different, Joe. Would you say?
It
compared to the first time you were here?
Yeah, looks like we're sitting in a basement.
Is this really a basement? No.
It's nice. I like
so.
what you've done with it. It's nice.
Yeah, it looks good.
Thanks. You like better than the way I had it before?
Help me out. How long ago? What was it?
Yeah, but see, Jamie,
Couple
remember
years.
it was a sport.
Was it a couple years?
I didn't know it as a studio before. I knew
Right.
what the space looked like before, and it was like sports stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was all Dallas Cowboys stuff.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah. From when this
Yeah.
is like from when the girls were little.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Jamie it's like she didn't want to say Dallas Cowboys. She just said it was just sports stuff. Yeah. Which is okay.
Which the Chiefs actually get Dallas on Thanksgiving this year.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think that Dallas is really good on Thanksgiving, but the Chiefs are just too much.
You think for the last 8 years? I mean, you think they're still gonna? I mean, we do have a Philly fan sitting back there, and
There's no
she's
such thing.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Go Chiefs.
Yeah, go Chiefs.
yeah. You guys planning on going or no? Not gonna go.
We haven't
I-
been to a football game in years.
I hate going to them. I love watching them
Yeah.
on television with like our own drinks, our own food, our own people.
Right.
But they're miserable. The parking and it's
Yeah.
cold and it's
it's
like
just a long
Long
day.
It is.
I do
yeah.
not love it.
And
I
it's-
love the Chiefs. I do not
Yeah,
love going
and
to the games.
especially to take a holiday from you.
Yeah. No,
Right.
on Thanksgiving.
I've done it
no.
before. It was back in '95 when
Yeah.
I went. So we had to go find a Cracker Barrel after,
Yeah.
and we ate chicken pot pies, no turkey.
But remember one year they deep fried a turkey in the
Oh yeah, yeah,
Parking
we did.
lot.
Oh yeah, we
Parking
did
lot?
that.
yeah.
Yeah, we
So we did
met
Thanksgiving
with,
there.
Yeah, we met up with some cousins and they brought a deep fryer.
That would
and
be fun.
turkey. That was fun.
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's like you're involving all your people.
Yeah.
Like for us, we'd have to leave all of our people to do that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
But
So
yeah,
long story short, we may be going.
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Possibility.
Yeah.
But I would also like to go to the Cowboys Raiders game in Vegas because I've never been to Vegas.
Go.
Have you?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Like,
we have never been
Never
to Vegas.
been to Vegas. Total Vegas. Nothing.
Okay. Well,
No.
does the
What's total
airport
Vegas?
count?
No.
No.
All right.
Did you
So,
gamble?
Didn't gamble either.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Oh.
Yeah. We've never been to Vegas.
I went to the Chiefs game in Vegas last year.
Okay.
I wanted to see the stadium, and
Oh,
my buddy
uh-huh.
had some tickets that he took care of. I took care of the hotel rooms or whatever, but
Yeah.
What'd you think of the stadium?
it's
Oh,
pretty nice.
pretty
Is it?
nice.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
real. I mean, it looks cool from the outside.
Mhm.
Was easy to get in and out of. We had great seats. Nobody got crazy. It's not like what I heard from being in Oakland
Oh.
Oh, right.
back in
yeah.
the day. You know how people get batteries thrown at them and
Right,
all that
yeah.
stuff. It wasn't like that. It was a very sedated crowd and just
Security, pretty much.
yeah, just it was Vegas, so everybody was
It was a
drinking,
show.
having fun. Yeah, I think I got maybe a hamburger, a hot dog, 2 beers. It maybe cost me $150. It was ridiculous, and
Wow.
nothing's cash.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Everything
It's
is
all
on
card,
a card.
And he
yeah.
only carries cash. And
Yeah.
he literally
Oh.
gets upset when people say we don't take cash and he throws a fit like a spoiled brat. And it's like, you know that they don't take cash and he'll like make a whole scene about it. It's so embarrassing.
Well, not like a little baby, but
Like a like a
You let
mature
them know.
toddler. Yeah.
And that, you know, and the other thing I got to add for this episode is this is our 150th episode.
Wow.
150. Yeah.
Look at
Congrats.
that.
Thank you so much. And just think, Joe, you were here for number 12.
Was I really?
It was
Oh,
number
really?
12.
Yeah,
it
a
was
couple
it was
years.
the so we did it in seasons at the time, and yeah, you were number 12. We had just ended our season, and
Okay. Where?
we were at Strang Line.
At the studio.
studio.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently that day I gave Joe the wrong address, and he gave me shit about it.
The address was only on the door when you walked in. You know,
Oh,
so
uh-huh.
he gave me the wrong one. I'm in the other joint. I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. It was, and we also that was the time we celebrated, Chris. We celebrated your birthday. I think it was before or after.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, and Jose got married. No, I'm not saying
Wow.
we celebrated while Joe was there. I mean, it was a week before. Anyway,
It was like a Sunday morning. We were there.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
That was a
so
fun
we
time.
had just celebrated, and then Jose had just got married that Saturday. So yeah, it was the day before. You remember?
Good
Chris?
memory, this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would like to take credit for that, but I had to do some research. So. And we'll edit that part out. Yeah. Yeah, so that would have been, so this is actually the, let me see, the 12th season and 6th episode.
How
of
long is the season?
12th se- They're 12.
Okay.
12 They're 12 episodes.
I totally
but like I
forgot
said, we
about
don't
seasons.
do. Yeah, we don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
I was
'cause
gonna say,
we don't
yeah.
do it anymore because I don't like taking breaks.
Oh,
I
you
just
want
like
to just push all the way
yeah.
through?
When Esai and Marcos, when I was working at it, they were always like, "All right, Dad, we need to take a break now." So right after your episode, we took like a week or two off. Why?
You're like a Netflix series.
Yes.
Keep it
We just
running.
binge it, keep it running. Go, go, go.
That's the way it should be, right?
It was
Absolutely.
only 1 week. Every time we took a break, it was only 1 week.
It wasn't 2 weeks?
No, you hated that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so how's your summer going?
It's good.
How we doing?
It's good. We have all 3 girls living with us right now.
Nice.
So Giovanna moved back from Wisconsin and is working in Kansas City. So she's staying with us till she finds a place.
Okay.
Maya just graduated from K-State in May.
Congrats.
So
Okay.
she's kind of still trying to figure out where she's going, what she's doing. And then, of course, Sophia's Eliana's age. So just finished up freshman year and we'll go back to Tampa in the fall.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, everybody's good. AJ and his girlfriend have a house together. They're getting married in January. Or I guess fiance, not girlfriend.
Yeah.
They're getting married in January. So we're down to 3 at home. Maya's boyfriend's there a lot, so like 4 at home.
Right.
Yeah.
He's
That's a full
from
house.
down the road. He's
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's a Mexican from
He's an essay.
SA
Cool, yeah.
from Miege. He went to Miege.
Oh, really?
Nice kid. Very nice kid. Very thank you, sir.
Polite.
No.
Polite, perhaps?
Oh yes, polite.
Polite's the word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
polite's the word. Very polite.
Joe struggles with words.
I don't know what he's doing or what his. I mean, he's got to have some high ambitions because my daughter is just way gone. She doesn't. She is. She's putting him through the ringer, and he just. He's looking for work now. He had a couple jobs, didn't really like them. He graduated with a degree in human resources, something or
Oh,
other.
okay.
And he took a sales job just to have something, and he's not that guy. He's more help you, and he's just a great boy. And who else? Gigi doesn't have anybody. She
What does that even
she
mean?
dates like she dates, right?
That's not what the question was.
What was the question?
Anyway, they're all doing fine.
That's good.
And living their lives. And
Yeah.
moving on to the next
Congratulations
things.
on that, yeah.
On our dime. What?
But just think, they were just little kids
I
when we all
know.
first met, and the girls were so little.
I
But
know.
AJ, all was still in high school.
I know. I just
It
turned
was
54.
crazy. 54?
54. A couple weeks ago.
Welcome to the
Oh,
club.
did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Happy late
Yeah.
birthday.
Thank you.
Happy belated, yeah.
It's something, boy. It's my best friend. He turns 50. He
I already turned 54.
Yeah, your
Oh,
best
not,
friend.
your best friend, not me. Sorry.
he's June 4th. I'm June 5th, and he always called me the night before, and he's like, "Don't do it. Yeah, don't go there. Don't do it." Well, my options are limited, so it's a good deal. It just feels like yesterday, not 2 years ago yesterday, but just feels like yesterday we were just trying to poach your kids off the soccer team, and they
Yes.
were this big, and
Yeah, they
now
had
they're
to
all-
be, what, 5?
I think they were about 5.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was the time that Joe went up to Jim Ricker and said, "Okay, they're 2 little Hispanic girls. They got to have some soccer blood." In them."
No, we used to
So
play your
it was
team.
Ileana and
Cece.
and Cece, yeah,
And we
and
used to
Tavares.
play you guys.
Yeah.
And we're like, this is like, these 2 girls need to be on our team because it was the only team that ever gave us competition.
Uh-huh.
And we're like, if we could get Kate Ricker, Sophia, and those 2 girls over here, like, we're gonna be fantastic.
Yeah.
And we were.
We were for 5 for 5 year
Right,
olds soccer, yeah. And unfortunately, we got the families with it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So your son's getting married. You said.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I saw you celebrated there at the house.
Yeah, we did an engagement
Yeah,
party.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is the wedding going to be in
no,
town?
yes,
That's-
in town.
oh, it is
Kansas
going to be
City.
in town.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
thought
just-
you were gonna say my house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like not at our
No,
house.
okay.
January of next year, this coming 26th. Yeah. So they're,
Okay, so
Is
it'll
there
be in
family
town.
from the Kansas City area as well? Okay.
Yep.
They
are.
went to different schools together. They were at. She was at Scion.
So she's at Scion,
Oh,
which is
okay.
all girls school. He went to
Yes.
Rockhurst, which is all boys. They
Okay.
actually did not know each other in high school. They met at MU.
Oh,
Yeah.
how funny,
I
right?
know. Isn't that funny? They have a lot of like people in common, but didn't actually know each other until.
Okay. Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like a
College.
year younger than him.
Yeah.
She's feisty.
She
Nice.
was. She actually tutored him for one of his classes,
Oh, how
and
funny.
I jokingly said, "Oh, you're gonna marry that girl," and little
Sure
did I
enough,
know
yep.
that- yeah,
Mm-hmm.
kind of fun.
When did you say that?
Gosh, I think that was his junior year.
Oh, really?
And now
Okay.
he's completed school, completed grad school.
Okay.
Did he? I didn't know that.
Uh huh. And so
okay.
I think that they've been together like 3.5 years. I might be off on the dates, but I think they've been dating about 3.5 years. Known each other maybe.
He's already climbing up the charts at Oracle.
Is he?
Yeah,
He's been there
enjoys it.
since January, and he's doing training classes for them now, and he's a
doing good
mover.
things.
Now remind me, what is Oracle though?
A software and
Steve, like
company.
Steve Orko.
They bought Cerner
Oh, okay.
nationally. They bought
Okay,
Cerner.
then that makes sense.
So,
Okay.
yeah, he's
Yeah, he enjoys it.
he enjoys it.
Okay, good.
So Cerner is no longer around.
No,
So they have like buildings.
those are now Oracle buildings.
Oh, okay.
Well, like you mean the one at Legends?
Yeah,
So is that
that's
when-
no longer.
I don't think anybody's in that building.
Yeah.
I mean, there
Really?
might be, but
And
I think
insurance
it's
companies
empty.
in that. I think.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they built some like off of Bannister,
Bannister
Road.
Road.
That's
Yes.
where that's where he
That's
is.
where he's at. Okay,
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yep.
You remember Bannister?
Bannister Mall.
Bannister Mall, Benjamin Stables, all that stuff over
Yeah.
there.
Mhm.
We go by there on occasion. I'm like, I used to ride horses over there. She's like, you never rode horses. I'm like, yeah, I rode horses over there. Did you remember Benjamin Stables?
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We had like one of our kids' birthday parties when they were little there.
Oh,
I
that
don't
was
remember.
you?
Well, it was one of our kids.
Do you remember Indian Springs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually a big topic when people come in
Yeah.
and we just
And they demolish it, and there's nothing there.
Yeah.
There's a
I
plan.
know, right?
There's plans for it though.
is it
What?
really?
Yeah, apartments and houses.
Well, I think that's been the plan for a minute. and It hasn't happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
And
it's
you
a
think-
spring underneath or something.
There's
That's
water
why
underneath
Right.
there.
Right.
Well, maybe that'll be at the entrance.
That'd be dope, like a big fountain or something, or a pool.
The thing they haven't done anything with is down the road in Mission.
Yes, that one where
Oh my
Mission
God,
Mall
where that
was.
mall was?
Yeah.
Well, there was a mall there. They knocked it down. They put up a mall.
Well, they put up like
Right,
a big
or
white
what?
building.
but
like,
nothing has happened. Yeah.
They've had different things,
It's
4 or 5
crazy.
different things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you
yeah.
imagine the giant liquor store?
And every time we would drive
Come
by
on,
that
Joe.
with Joe's mom, like I drive by every time she'd be like, "What are they gonna put there?" And I'm like, "It's I still don't know."
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, consistently.
Okay,
Man.
real quick.
What?
How's wedding planning going?
We are really lucky that her family is taking on everything.
Oh, okay.
And they've done another wedding. Her older sister is married.
Oh, okay.
And that was, fairly recent, last few years. And
Uh-huh.
so they're doing everything. We did the engagement party. We're helping out with like a rehearsal dinner and
Oh, okay.
yeah, doing their honeymoon for them as a gift. And that's really it. They've got it wrapped up. They're like really organized
Okay.
and good. And
So take notes,
Got it
right?
under
Because you've
wraps.
got 3 girls.
I know.
This is the easy one right
We're-
now, right?
Well, the honeymoons, we're sending them to St. Louis so they could drop.
Wow. Okay.
So
they
funny,
could go to
funny,
a baseball game. and-
funny, scary, sad story is the
boy.
fact that I was always worried about college, high school and college. Private schools, whatever, college, big numbers. She said, "I'm pregnant." I call, get a financial advisor. Hey, I need to start saving money. Save. Get them through college, debt free.
Yep.
She goes, they're going to get married.
Well, we
I
never
had a panic
thought-
attack.
we
I go,
never thought
I don't have any
about
money for weddings.
3 girls and like traditionally, and I don't know that people do it traditionally anymore. Like
Right.
we're very grateful and lucky that their family is doing it that way. But yeah, we never even thought about weddings. Like it never crossed our minds. But here we are.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
Weddings are a pretty
Right.
penny. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're like her family like has it together.
Okay.
They're like an organized, well-oiled machine over
Well,
there.
good.
And, yeah,
Okay.
and gonna be great addition, like in-law wise. Like they're really cool people.
Oh, good.
I just assumed they could have a wedding like I had. I had a big
Jackson
wedding at
County
the courthouse with 7 people, 8 people. Then we had a nice reception at my family's restaurant up north, Cascones,
Yes, Coney's, yes.
and there was about 60 people there.
Listen, I was pregnant. His grandmother was not having it. And
Oh.
so any plans of doing anything in a traditional sense were like squelched immediately because
Uh-huh.
we had to hurry up and get pregnant before my belly got any bigger.
Pregnant?
Oh, you
Because-
mean get
I mean,
married
get married. Oh,
before
God.
you got- yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Get married because his grandmother was not having
So
it.
read between the lines. She trapped me
Yeah. I did.
4 times.
That was my intent. He didn't catch
Yeah.
on until the last one.
right? So, talk about weddings. We had a traditional wedding, but do you know how many people we had in our court?
Probably.
Are you talking about ours?
Yes.
You're talking about the whole guests or just bridesmaids, groomsmen?
bridesmaids, groomsmen, and like padrinos, padrinas.
The godparents.
I'm gonna
Godparents.
say
26.
I was
You're
gonna say
close.
32.
What was it? 30?
It was 28.
28?
Yeah, 28
Dang.
couples.
You
That
guys are
many
popular.
tuxedos, that
Traditional.
many dresses that we had made. Oh my
Well,
gosh!
keep
yeah.
in mind, all that popularity comes from family.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we did have large families. I mean,
You were in the wedding too, right?
No, I sat on the outside.
Oh, right. Sorry about
I
that.
just cheered you all on.
The only one in the family wasn't invited.
He was
Yeah.
like 7.
Somebody had to park the cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I don't know what the future holds in terms of what a wedding is going to look like.
Yeah.
From
We've never thought that far ahead, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, and here you
But
are.
Did your kids, did they know that they had to go to college? It's the successful story, going to college, everything that you guys were talking about.
don't-
That's great.
Know that they knew that they had to. They knew.
Push.
I feel like it was probably an expectation,
Good.
like unsaid, probably. Like, I don't know.
I never expected. I didn't care if they went or not. I went to college, but I strictly was an athlete. I don't remember college, anything that I learned in college. I'm not being funny. It was just, I was there to play a sport, and I did my thing. And she said, why don't you go back? I had another year paid for. I had a 5-year scholarship. And after I got done playing, I thought, okay, let me look. I think I got 12 hours left. I looked, it was going to be another year and a half. I had to retake another class, do this and that. I was already on my way. You know, I was already half-ass established in my thing. So I told the kids, I said, get a degree if you want to get a degree. I'll pay for it because that's what you're supposed to do as a dad and a mom, and you do that stuff. And my dad was big on go to graduate school. I'm like, Dad, come on, you're going to cost me a fortune. Only one of them has gone to grad school, AJ, and he finished. And my dad was right. He got placed a little bit higher, making a little bit more money, and kind of fast-tracked.
Yeah.
My daughter Gigi had a degree in food science, and it was a very specific degree. She got hired a year before she graduated college, took off to Wisconsin, worked a couple years up there, had a 401k, the whole thing. Got hired by my cousin Victor, who they do all the bottling for Casconis, for margaritas, anything acidic. La Fontanella bottling company down in Northeast. They bottle all that stuff. She was doing audits and helping him during her break from
Well,
college.
she interned there.
And she interned there. So he asked her to come back. He wants to retire in 5, 6, 7 years. He's a year younger than me. Gigi, would you mind taking over the whole deal later on when you know everything about this? And she said, sure, I'll come back. He
She
bought her out
said-
of her lease.
Oh. That's what she was thinking when she was being.
Well, the whole idea was she had come home on Thanksgiving or something, and I always remember my dad, and this is kind of shitty to say, but he always would discount my sisters growing up. He never really put a whole. It was me. I could do no wrong. My sister could have $1 billion idea, and I don't think it's going to work. Dad, I think we could do this and this. Same idea. Okay, how much you want? What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? Kind of
Yeah.
deal like that. I didn't want my daughters thinking that same stuff. So I call her on her way back. It's an 8-hour drive. Hey, sis, I just want to talk to you about maybe your career paths. You're in a great situation. Victor had said something. Maybe you want to part ownership. You know, being an entrepreneur is pretty fun. However, it comes with its stressors and all that stuff. So she thinks about it. We talk a little bit more. The next morning, she said, I'm quitting my job. I told her, she's like, oh my God, why would you even say something to her
Yeah,
about
I
it?
wasn't happy.
'Cause
I
she
am
wa-
now.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I was not.
So she is liking it. She is,
Oh, she
even though
loves
it's
it.
stress.
Loves it.
She loves
she's
it.
okay. So
And I don't feel it's not like abnormal stress. It's just stress
No,
that comes
yeah,
with
yeah,
a
yeah.
job.
Right, definitely. Yeah.
When you go from working for a really big corporation where
Right.
everything is like textbook, this is what you follow,
Mm-hmm.
to needing to make like real life decisions on the spot that involve other people's lives and things
Mm-hmm. Okay.
like that. Like it's a good thing.
Yeah,
I
okay.
feel like it's a really good thing.
Good for
and back
her.
to your question about college in general. I value education more than he does. So like I kind of pushed AJ to go to grad school and stuff just because he had done well enough in school that in his education account there was still money left over from undergrad that would pay for grad school. I'm like, listen, after you're a certain age, we can no longer give you these funds from this account. So why wouldn't you, instead of rolling it over to the next kid, why don't you use it? It'll pay for grad school. And so he begrudgingly did it. And then he now says that he's really glad that he did.
Yeah.
Feels like it's a huge advantage for him.
Oh, good.
In his current job, at least.
Right,
And yeah, he wasn't super happy in the beginning, but he's glad that he followed through with it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
so in that theory, that's fantastic. But what you're dealing with now in the United States is a bunch of college-educated white people that have no common sense. And it all stems back from the Harvards and the Yales and these Ivy League schools that seem to just teach about books and about processes, or they don't teach you anything about people or how to do things with certain people that don't want to work as hard as the next guy.
Joe wants everybody to go to trade school. All of our kids'
I
friends,
always
he's
tell my
like, you
kids,
should be an electrician. You should be an HVAC.
You'll never be out of work.
Right. Yeah.
If I could learn how to do air conditioning, my coolers break down all the time.
Yeah.
This breaks down. I always need something done, and I just don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Well, YouTube helps me
Exactly,
a little bit,
yeah,
but
yeah,
other than that,
Oh yeah.
College is not for everybody.
No.
it's not.
Yeah.
And
No.
you shouldn't be shamed if you don't go to
Right.
college.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
What's the deal? You can make $100,000 doing something else. You don't have to go have a degree
Well,
to
Yeah.
make money.
What I like for our girls in particular, not so much AJ because he played a college sport, but for the girl, more Gigi and Maya, I would say they had a fun college experience. I didn't have a fun college experience. I did JUCO for 2 years and then Avila for 2 years because I was paying for it myself.
Yeah.
And working full time and all that. And so I never had the fun party kind of college experience, you know?
Right.
And so I was happy for my girls that they had that option.
Yes, I agree.
Because they had so much fun. And Gigi and Maya left nothing undone. They took advantage of those 4 years in Manhattan and
Yes.
just really had a great time.
Yes.
And
A 4-year vacation.
no, they got good grades and all that. But
Yes.
that made me happy as a mom.
Exactly.
Because
No,
I
yeah.
kind of always wanted that and it was never an option. So it was
Yeah.
it made me feel good that they had that option.
Right. No, that's true.
Yeah.
I laugh because Marcos made it a year and a half at Washburn, and Ileana just made it a semester at Pitt State.
It was like,
I mean, even though she's here
Yeah.
at JUCO, he's like, I made it longer than you did. So he teases her like, you couldn't hack it, you know.
But
blah,
she
blah,
still
blah.
do it. I
She
did
still-
JCCC for 2 years
Yeah.
and then finished up at Avila. And Avila was not a good time. It was just the only one that offered my degree back then that was affordable.
Yeah.
So
And by the way, I don't have a degree.
So you didn't go back and finish those 12 hours
didn't.
in? No.
Nope, I didn't. I guess, should have to make her happy, but I
I don't care. You're a grown man by the time I met you.
She said you're a grown ass man. Jim.
Yeah, by the time I met you, I didn't care.
so
But
I,
you
whatever.
know, Jamie. Speaking of back then, where did you grow up?
Well, I was born in Lawrence, a little
Oh.
kid in Linwood, Kansas, which is a little country town. I don't know if you know where it is. And then we moved not far from where we live now, off of 7 Highway. So I went to a strange little private Christian school in Kansas City, Kansas. In
Was it Christian or
Oh,
Colts?
Muncie.
Muncie Christian School. Yeah,
You lived way over there, but you went over there?
Yeah. I don't know.
Did you ask if it was it a cult?
It was a Colt.
We don't know that. There's no confirmation of the cultness of
Listen,
it.
I
I've been,
have heard it, though.
It was.
Muncie.
It was.
I've been married to her
It was an odd
27
place.
years, and she got a varsity basketball letter.
That doesn't mean it's a
Nice.
cult. It just means that there were like
There
12
was 6 kids in the class, and there's 5 kids on a basketball team with one. She said she got a letter, a varsity
I got
letter. I said,
2.
I think
Two
you got,
varsity
I
letters,
think
Joe.
you got a letter from
Get
the
it straight.
principal that said, "Thank you for playing."
I admit that it wasn't good.
But no, it
but
was a weird deal. That Muncie
You
Christian
didn't even
school,
know me. You are talking.
I went to Catholic school, so it wasn't much different. So, I mean, it's just you had 12 kids,
What
I had
I would
100.
say is that it was my parents, for whatever reason, felt like that was the best option at the time.
Okay.
So, and it was fun. And I will stand by the fact that I did not get a good education. However, my closest people, like my good friends, are still from there. So we all reminisce about the weirdness of it all.
And you went through K through 8, or what was
So it was no. I went there like 2nd through maybe 8th, and then I homeschooled for a few years.
did you?
And then
Oh,
went
okay.
back to graduate. Yeah,
that? What high school did you go to?
And the
then?
plot thickens.
there. Like it was.
Oh,
it,
you
it
went
was
back.
there.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a K through 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, but I think it was like 2 years. Maybe I homeschooled.
Where was that located?
In Kansas City, Kansas, off K32,
Off of K32.
and I don't know what the cross street is.
Okay.
But like parallel to the railroad tracks. Like it would be on the, I guess.
Remember old Frankie D's?
Yeah.
Yeah,
crossed
over,
on the other side.
Yeah, not
Oh.
far from there.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Herb Meat Distributions used to be there. Are you
I
familiar
don't
with
know.
it?
That's probably.
No, that's in Edwardsville.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, no, it is now.
Oh, okay.
But it was just right down the
Oh, yeah,
street.
I didn't know
It
it
was
then.
west of Frankie D's.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I worked there for 40 days.
Okay, 40 days.
And
Yeah.
40 nights.
Yes, 40 days and 40 nights.
Remember Frankie? He died.
Oh,
Well, great segue, Joe.
He got murdered.
Who's Frankie?
He
jeez.
owned the biker bar down Frankie D's. It was Frankie D.
Wait,
okay.
we don't know Frankie. He was not our friend, so I'm not sure why this is.
I knew Frankie. He wasn't my friend. I knew him because I used to ride motorcycles. On
Okay.
occasion, we'd go to Frankie D's.
You and Steve?
Me and Steve.
Oh,
And Frankie D.
all right. Little did I know.
Yeah.
What
he got robbed
D
and
stand
killed.
for?
D. E. I don't know.
I thought you were going to spell out.
No.
Okay, we'll
D.
leave it at
No, I don't know what it was.
Okay. All right.
Oh, boy.
So you were an athlete, right? She was an
No,
athlete.
I'm
You
not.
got a
athletic-
varsity letter.
Because there was 12
counts.
people in my class.
It
like
counts.
it was basic. Yeah, I got 2 varsity basketball letters,
Okay. Well,
but I'm not athletic at all.
was there any other sports that were in this school, or
I mean, probably. I don't remember.
you remember
I
that
think
far back?
I don't know. Maybe there
Far
wasn't.
back.
It's a long time ago. Yeah.
So that explains why your kids were all athletes, right? Were they all athletes?
Yeah.
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 But I don't think I'm any part of that.
You don't think so?
All Joe.
You give it all to Joe, huh?
Thank
Yeah.
The Spinello blood.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I was not part of that.
Wow. Yeah, I can't say that on my side. Yeah, we're both athletes, so
Yeah.
it kind of worked out. We just didn't get that 7-footer we were hoping for.
No.
Yeah. God, neither do we.
Yeah.
My mom said every night before you go to bed, she'd say it. Mom, come on. My dad's 5'5". What do you want me to say? I'm gonna be 6'3". All right, Mom. I'm gonna be 6'3", 5'10". I don't think I'm going anywhere else.
His mom told me that when he was a baby, she would hold him by his feet and shake him upside down, saying that. I was like, oh wow.
You're gonna be 6'3".
She would. She would.
Probably dumping my head onto something else.
That's probably a bucket
Yeah.
of something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, my mom passed away in February.
I'm sorry to
Yes.
hear
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
thanks. Which she lived with us the last 3 years of her
About
life.
2.5. Yeah.
2.5 years.
Yep, I remember your mom.
Wonderful
Yes,
gal.
yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Just, I mean, dark skin, laid out at the pool every day, was just
Sun goddess.
sun goddess. But she left a nice little legacy behind. She was,
Yeah.
she's missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't really started to like really sink in, miss her yet because she lived with us so long, but I think it's starting to fade on. It's starting to wear me. You know what I mean?
think
It's
for
starting
me, it wasn't so much like she was like a good friend to me, right? And it wasn't so much sad. It was just kind of like, well, where is she? You know, like that, just kind of like literally missing her,
Yeah.
but not in a sad way because she was so ill at the end that
Yeah.
like, it was
to,
almost a relief.
towards the end, she started getting a little mean, and
Well,
you know, it's
not
like
that. I
come
mean,
on.
she had cancer everywhere,
Yeah.
like her entire body, and
Yeah.
she was miserable. And so for her to pass was kind of, I don't want to say wanted, but like a good thing because she was
Right.
not going to get better. There was no
You don't
coming
want
out
to
of
see
it.
them suffering.
And she
yeah.
was suffering,
Right.
yeah. And her quality of life was not there. But it's just more like like she was my person. Like we
Yeah.
did everything together.
Yeah.
We, you know, it's just that weird, like,
Yeah.
well, what do we do now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sucks.
Gotta
Getting to
put up with your other person.
getting to this age.
Yep, I was
and
getting ready to say
having
now,
everything
now you're
change.
back with
Hey,
this guy.
I'm here.
Oh man. Did you guys play any instruments in school?
I played the
Did
piano.
you?
Did you?
I did. Till about my 8th grade year, I sang in the not even the choir. I used to sing at funerals and at weddings, and they would not
It's an
hire
Italian.
me.
It's an Italian thing.
But Sunday at church, I would sing and I'd play the piano. And I went through puberty late, so my voice didn't really change, but it all stopped. There's a little gal named Sister Domitian. We had nuns at our school, and she was about 4'0" and she would teach me how to play the piano, and I would be doing my thing, and bam, she'd bust my fingers on that.
What you mean that lid that would?
Yes.
No.
So that's real.
So, yeah, oh, yeah.
They would do that.
So I would
Wow.
be singing.
That was a thing.
Yeah.
She'd say, Joey, get up and sing this song, and my classmates were there, and you know, we three kids, whatever, Christmas pet, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And she go sit down, go sit down. You used to sing like a canary. Now you sing like a vulture. I'm like, what?
And so, and that's when you just said, F it, I'm not going to play the piano
where
no
was
more.
I going to play? I went to Rockhurst High School.
Well, they didn't have a piano. This was like at school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if he was going to do it, it was there.
Yeah.
Dang.
But I
But
played
you never
it.
asked for a piano?
I didn't.
Didn't even.
I didn't like doing that. I started to get embarrassed when I would sing, and my voice, it just, I don't know. I was a pretty good singer.
As a canary.
As a canary.
As a canary.
It
Why
all
did Jamie laugh?
changed.
She hears me sing still.
I do.
Oh, yeah?
You don't think I'm a good singer?
I think you're
Like, do
amazing.
you guys, when you guys travel, car karaoke? Like, who's the one that
Mario.
sings?
So wait, I need to answer this.
All righty, let's go.
So in the RV, not in the car, in the
In the
RV,
Tell me you have a microphone set up
he
and you have the
doesn't need
speakers.
it. No, he doesn't,
Oh, he doesn't
need
need
it.
the mic.
So on Sunday mornings,
Uh,
he has a designated, I refer to it as the Church of Joe. And we'll be driving down wherever we happen to be in the country, right?
Yeah.
In the RV, just doing our thing. I'm typically like drinking coffee and trying to like just be quiet. And Sunday morning at a certain time, he will no longer respond to his phone. He will no longer respond to me. He turns on the song. I don't know who sings it. Who sings it?
I could only imagine.
Yes, but who sings it?
Something me.
It's like a religious song, and he
it was in a
blares
movie.
and he
I could
blares
only
it.
Imagine what it'd be like when I see God.
Keep
You know,
going.
when you're
And
there, it gives me chills and it brings tears
He
to my eyes.
blares
While
it,
you're singing,
and he
and
gets
you're
teary
like, you
eyed.
start swerving because you can't see.
Yes, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like if it's an emotional experience, like have it once. Like don't do it every Sunday. And
I
it's
love it.
every Sunday that we're not at home, but every Sunday that we're in the RV. And so
Something
I
about
just
that
like
RV.
I just
When
tune
you're
out.
driving down a road that's perfectly paved, the sun is coming up, and it's just fields around you. I'm singing. I'm in the midst of this song. I'm by myself. I'm in.
No, I'm always there.
No. This is when I was following AJ around the country when he was in
Oh,
college.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, baseball thing, yeah.
And I'm in Illinois, and I love bald eagles. That's my thing. If I could have a sanctuary in my backyard, I would pay any amount of money to have these eagles in my backyard.
You should get one, Joe. I think they're the
He's
coolest
asked
thing.
me before if we could bring
'Cause
a
they're
bunch of
like-
mice. If we could bring mice into our field and let them go to see if it would attract bald eagles.
Oh.
Like no.
There's 2 bald eagles that live in
No.
Shawnee. I don't know if you know this, but when you get
I have their address. Hold on.
so on 435 when you're heading south,
Okay.
you could go.
Uh-huh.
There's the Johnson Drive exit, and then
Uh-huh.
there's the
Shawnee
Shawnee
Parkway?
Mission Parkway exit. If you look between them, you'll see a huge tree with a huge nest. You could usually see their heads.
Really?
Come, just
because
you're usually,
like the trash dump is there, like
Yeah, I know
Duff and Ball.
exactly.
So I
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
they're
yeah.
like
but
feed
they're
off
not
of it.
really big eagles like you would see in Alaska or wherever you.
But they are bald.
They are bald eagles, which, by the way, a bald eagle's head turns white after 5 years. Usually goes through
Oh.
different stages, and it's all brown or black, and then it kind of gets
Starts to
golden
get old
and
and-
it gets older. And then they usually live to about 16 years until they have to make that decision to break their beak and their talons and go through that pain. Then they could live for another 15 to 25 years. But if not, they die.
Where are you getting this information?
So they have to break
let's
their
fact check
beak.
They
I
have-
would fact
Yeah,
check.
go ahead,
Chris,
Chris.
fact check.
Hurry up, Chris. Do it.
I told you this guy's full of knowledge.
Yeah, full of something.
Again, mom held him upside down.
Yeah.
And, you know this.
Do it. Are you looking?
The first immediate answer, they do not.
Look for another immediate answer. I'm telling you. Anyway, that's what it is.
Okay.
I watch a lot
idea
of
that bald
specials.
eagles break their beaks is a myth.
Uh-oh.
The eagle's beaks or talons are made of keratin, like our fingernails, and they will continuously grow and wear down naturally.
Right, but if they break them, it goes quicker. So
Like you need to fact check everything
You got
that comes
someplace
out
to
of his
be?
mouth.
you need to go somewhere.
Oh, scared me.
Sorry.
Scared me too. Give me some warning.
I didn't realize it was gonna be that loud. I
But, so
apologize.
anyway, I'm driving down this beautiful stretch
Oh,
of
boy.
road
Back to the song.
in Illinois. I had just left.
She said, "Back to the song."
I don't even remember where it was, but I'm driving in Illinois, and I'm singing at the top of my lungs, and I'm just having a great time. and I look in the middle of the road. To the right of there was like something dead on the side, right in a field with it had a bunch of rain. There was a golden eagle, which was a bald eagle, but it was just not totally developed
I
yet.
don't feel like that's fact check that too.
I'm pretty sure golden eagles are different.
I
from
agree
bald
with
eagles.
Chris.
Okay, well, it was a golden eagle and a bald eagle, 5 feet apart, right in the field.
Eating the same
And I
carcass.
said, thank you. I went,
Nice.
so that was my story about bald eagles. I love them, and we go to see them, and it makes me sad in the zoos. We went to the San Diego Zoo, which
No, we didn't.
we were in San Diego a couple weeks ago for a wedding.
Okay.
I go, let's go
I
to
was
San Diego
so
Zoo.
mad.
Because you didn't go to the zoo?
We went to
No,
the
because
San.
this fool tells me it's the San Diego Zoo, and I'm like, this sucks. This is the most famous zoo in the world, and it's been awful.
And it cost
She's
us
like-
$150
And I'm
to get
so
in.
mad. I'm like,
A piece?
This is no total.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, this is not what I expected. Because San Diego Zoo, like,
Right.
this has been a
Yeah.
bucket list for me.
I thought they had penguins.
This fool took us to like the sanctuary. It wasn't even the zoo. And so I'm upset the whole day that this zoo sucks. And then I'm like, we walk out and I see the sign. I'm like,
Now all of a sudden I'm the curator. I don't know what you're talking about.
you're the one that took me to the zoo.
I know. I did.
It wasn't the zoo. So we went to like some weird sanctuary of like plants and birds. And we're like, where are all the
And I
animals?
saw a bald eagle.
It was like a lame limping bald eagle in a cage.
Like
that
an
was
old
fun.
one?
Yeah, like a decrepit one. But
He didn't break his beak. It was.
But so we are right there, and we have two choices, and he buys the tickets for like the weird bird
Oh,
plant
man.
sanctuary. Like we looked
Right.
at cacti.
Yeah.
It was awful. It was hot
It was hot.
and grumpy. I was grumpy.
You were always grumpy.
Yeah,
It was hot and grumpy.
yeah. I was so mad.
Yeah.
If you can't tell, I'm getting fired up talking about it.
I mean, it's so obvious that you guys were made for each other. When did you guys meet? When did you guys meet? How did or how? Yeah.
Well, I could. Can I tell this story? Because
you
yeah, and then you can
accurately.
then you can tell yours.
okay.
Okay, go
so,
ahead,
1997 October, I'm home from baseball. I'm working for my dad at the strip club.
Nice.
Yes, Shady Lady.
The Shady Lady. Shout out.
Shout out to Shady Lady. I'm bartending. It's 2:00 in the morning. 1:30 in the morning. My Uncle Chuck was still alive. My dad and I were down the other end of the bar, the doors to the far east. I see her.
Working?
No.
Oh.
What's not
Manual.
working?
On
Wait,
stage.
Wait, no, I'm not.
Just because I got a varsity
Up next, Destiny.
just because I got a varsity basketball letter does not mean that I am coordinated. I was not working there.
Her little toes were hanging over those shoes. So
Not
anyway,
true.
so I'm working, and she walked in with the guy that I knew, and another girl that I didn't know. She was on a double date, not a double date.
I
but-
was the odd
Third wheel.
person. Yeah.
right. So I told my dad, I go, Dad, I said, I'm gonna marry that gal.
Nah.
I
really.
swear to you, he'll tell you exactly what I said. But his response was, "You've said that 1,000 times." So I'm like, "Dad, that's her." So I run down to the end of the bar. I'm like, "Hey, Greg or Craig?"
Craig.
Craig was a guy. He's committed suicide since.
Okay, well that doesn't need to be said.
Huh? He's not here.
Okay, but still.
He's perished.
TMI.
God.
Okay, no, it's all good.
Yeah. So anyway, I go down. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" Blah blah blah. And she's looking around like, "Where am I?" I'm
I
like,
got in panic mode because I didn't know.
she was
where
in
we
panic
were.
mode. I thought she was going to ask me for an application. I didn't know what was happening right now. So anyway, I get them all drinks, and I'm feeding her drinks. And at that time, she had a cell phone that was the size of a brick.
Okay,
Remember those Nokia,
the brick phone.
the Nokia,
Yeah.
Nokia, however you say
Right.
it, like the big phones. Yeah.
So
Nice.
I'm totally into her, right? I'm like, this gal's beautiful. Oh my God, blah blah blah.
She's got a brick.
Got a brick on. So she says, I'm going to the bathroom. Okay, you go to the bathroom. They're back there. Blah blah blah. She goes to the bathroom. I turn her phone off and I turn it back on, and the number used to pop up on the deal. So I write her phone number down because I knew she probably wasn't going to give the bartender at the strip club her phone number.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe
Correct.
I'd stalk her later on and I'd call.
Joe.
Little did I know that she was into me too, right? Right? We're on
So
TV.
This is
The-
where you say yes.
This story is mainly accurate. Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
so night goes on. The Ginger, you were with Ginger. They go
That's
home.
her real
Did
name.
she work there?
She's not a stripper.
Oh.
She's my friend still to this day. Yeah.
Okay.
She's
Yep.
my good
Is she a ginger though? Is
No.
she red hair?
No,
No,
she's
nothing.
blonde.
Okay.
Yeah.
right.
Anyway,
Sorry.
so that was that story, and I'm like, hey, you mind, can I get your phone number? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, I already got it,
Yeah.
whatever. So I called her. We closed at 3:00 in the morning, and they were gone by then, and I think I called you, and I said, hey, this is Joe, but she acted like she didn't know who I was.
Well, number one,
Did you know who he was?
no. So I did. Yeah, I knew who he was, but I don't remember saying I didn't know who you were. We had been to, not us, Ginger and Craig and I had been to haunted houses, and we were pretty drunk. And he said, we're like, we don't want to go home. We're having so much fun. So the only place, he goes, I know a place is still open. Well, we had no idea it was a strip club. So, and there's no signage, like it's very, well, there is
There's
now.
a lot of signs, neon everywhere.
No, on the outside. Now there
There's
is.
still
but there
neon
wasn't
on the
then.
outside.
Anyway, regardless, we didn't know. We walk in. I'm like, holy shit. Like, where are we? Like, I've reached an all-time new low. So I put my phone on the bar and then went to the bathroom, was like splashing water and like, get your, like,
This
get it
is
together.
very dramatic.
No,
Very
and then I came back out and talked to him
We're
the
all
rest of the
adults
night.
here.
No, then I talked to him the rest of the night. And then
You were
called.
totally into me.
and
I
then
could
you-
feel it.
and then
Okay.
you called
So-
me. And then we found out like later on that we had like a bunch of like similarities.
So, Sister Domitian,
Yeah.
Yeah.
where I got my finger slammed in the piano room,
Yeah.
she goes, why don't you come and take me to lunch?
At my office, like
Okay.
from work.
Okay. So then this is the first date.
No.
It wasn't really
Oh.
a date. We just started hanging out. We didn't have our first date till like December.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's my
Yeah.
next question. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took a couple months for us to go out. We talked on the phone a couple times, but I was doing
But
my
he
thing.
he came to get me for lunch.
And she goes, here's the address on Brooklyn Avenue. And I go, what? What? So I go up there. It's my old grade school. Her
Oh.
office is where the piano. I was like, this is weird.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
This is weird.
He came
She-
in to get me, and he was like, "This is so crazy."
She was the director of some
I wasn't a director or anything.
rehoming something. What did you do?
She worked there.
Like
She
messenger
worked there.
pigeons. Yeah, no, I was a homeless case manager at Don Bosco.
Oh.
So and then did like immigration work and stuff for Don Bosco
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
And they had turned in my school into
The Don Bosco.
the Don
Well,
Bosco.
at that time we
Don
were
Bosco
doing
Center?
yeah. So I was doing like religious and political,
Yeah.
like refugee resettlement, and then homeless case management.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay. But that is crazy that
I
you
know.
ended up in the
I
same
know.
place.
Yeah.
It's so
And
just
was Sister Dementia still there?
Sister Domitian.
No, Dementia. Sorry.
She was not still there.
I think she's probably long gone.
Long gone.
Yeah.
And then that's how it happened.
Yeah.
Was the piano still there?
Ooh, was
There
it
were
the-
a couple pianos there, so I don't know.
The one with
I don't know if
blood
it's
on it
the
was the one that
piano.
Joe used to play.
But
that
there
used
were
to hurt so bad.
there were a few pianos there. So I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure you went in and you were like shaking, like, oh shit, your hands start to cramp up a
But
little
the
bit.
funny thing about my grade school when I was at private school is they could hit you.
Yeah.
But they didn't hit many people. They used to whack the shit out of me. But but all the gals, all the teachers, including the principal that used to swat me, was little. So she'd take that big paddle and they couldn't get much on it, And I've been this. I told you I've been this size since 8th grade.
Yeah.
So just a little thinner. That's all.
That's all. Sorry, Joe.
I didn't want.
Oh man. Okay, so then months later, the first date.
Yeah, my birthday, December.
I took her
a couple of my
and
friends.
6 other people to Margaritas down on the boulevard to eat Mexican food.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to I had a buddy in from Wisconsin that I used to play baseball with,
Yeah, we all went out.
and
It's fun.
Green Bay was playing the Chiefs, and Friday night, him and I went to Dan Salamua's house out in Lee Summit
Oh, cool.
because I wanted him to meet some of the Chiefs players.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday night, I said, "Listen, we're gonna go on a date. She's got a friend, Ginger. You can hang out, whatever, if you want to. No big deal. But I'd like for you to come with us." And we all went to
Yeah.
Margaritas and then to Westport. She slipped and fell in the middle of the road on the ice.
Yeah, I was trying to be cute and wear like high-heeled boots in December in Kansas City,
I was so embarrassed.
and like he wasn't even compassionate. Like we barely knew each other, and I'm like walking, like where Kelly's is, I'm like crossing over
Yeah,
in an icy
yeah.
road, literally like flat on my ass. And I'm thinking he's gonna be like, "Oh my god!" And he's like hiding his
Put his
face,
cape on,
dying
laughing.
laughing.
It was
No,
just
he's like
funny.
couldn't quit laughing, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
And
Like,
that's when Joe said, "She is so perfect."
I
for me."
guess.
Because she didn't yell or holler at me. She's like, "You're a dick." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "Yes, this is her. This is the girl I've been waiting on."
Yeah.
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 So for your first date, you took all them people. Everybody was.
Well, my
everybody was
friends, yeah.
Together.
We went because I don't think we would
he
have
didn't
done
want.
that.
He didn't want to scare you off.
Well, I think it was more because it was my birthday.
Yeah.
Like it was.
She was born on December 7th, 1972. But you know what happened December 7th?
Yeah, D-Day.
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor.
Well,
Yeah.
Pearl Harbor.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. As my grandfather used to always tell me that it was like a national disaster occurred on your birthday. Like,
It was. It was the most infamous
Yeah.
day in the
So
world.
so that was our romantic dating story.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you did say that you try to dress up really nice for him. So
I did wear high heeled boots.
She looked really cute. I
And
remember exactly what she had on.
I
too.
was so poor. So my degrees are in social work, which to anybody listening, like follow your heart. But if you ever want to be able to pay your own bills, don't go into social work. So we would go out and typically to get Mexican food because that's my favorite.
Oh, nice.
And he'd always be like, God, because I was little back then. And he would be like, you order so much food. And then like months later when he was at my apartment, he's like, you see this light bulb go off that like I would order the biggest thing on the menu and like barely eat it because that was my food for like the week. And I would be like taking home carryout boxes and like my refrigerator because I had zero money.
I had to go to Home Depot one time while we were dating, and I'm like turned around to talk to her, and she's nowhere to be found. And then I finally see her coming out, folding something up, and putting it in her purse, and I'm like,
I had to
"You
work a
steal
lot of jobs.
something?" And it's an application. And
I
I'm
had
like,
to work
"That's
so
it.
many jobs. I was like,
That's it.
believe me, it was like
Sugar
yeah.
daddy mode."
Yeah.
But what she didn't know was I was faking it. I didn't really have much money. I didn't,
Well, you have more than I do. You could buy dinner. I was like
Right.
portioning out my food into little containers.
But my dad always, he's like, you'll get there. You just got to be consistent. You got to do this and that. And I was doing all the right things because once I
Faking it
stopped
till you
playing
make it.
baseball, I got into several businesses and it was just a slow go, man. Slow go. And I was living off the cash from the Shady. And which, it was good money, but it wasn't anything I could like rest my hat on. So I'm acting kind of like a big shot, but hoping that maybe she doesn't want to keep going out all the time.
The first time he came to my apartment, he goes, "Did you just move in?" I was like, "No, I just don't have any friends."
she had a
I'm serious.
she had a futon, a bed that from her childhood, I guess, and then a futon, harmonica,
I do like the harmonica.
and a little box with the harmonica in it, and a little one hitter.
Yeah.
I was like,
All right.
all right, I guess. Where do you eat dinner? She goes, right over there in the
I
corner.
had a quilt that my grandma didn't make that one. My friend Julie
You still have
made
it?
me a quilt. Yeah, of course.
Nice.
And I folded it into an L shape, and it was stuffed in the corner for a chair, like literally. And so he's like, well, like, where do you eat? I'm like just over there.
So anyway, we kept doing that, and then finally she moved
That's
in
hilarious.
to my place, and that was it.
In Northeast, right behind Shady Lady, so like 12th and Prospect.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We had
Yeah.
a house there, upstairs, downstairs. My old man,
Like a brownstone. It looked like a brownstone.
yeah, my old man lived upstairs. My grandparents died, so I took that one when I came back,
Uh-huh.
and I lived there. And I say fixed it up, but I just put my furniture in it. It had the same stuff. I got rid of all the furniture that had the plastic on it.
The old
You'd
Italian
wake up
lady
from-
furniture.
You'd wake up from a nap and you got sweat everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't fit on the couch because everybody in my family was like 5 foot tall and 5 foot wide. So it was a bad deal. So I got rid of all that stuff, and my dad ended up buying a house in '99 out north, and then we end up
Well, when we found out we were pregnant with AJ, we moved.
she looks at me. She says, "I'm pregnant." And I looked at her. I said, "What do we do now? What's happening? What do I have to do?"
Well, that neighborhood was great.
Not conducive to raising children.
Yeah, it had changed a lot, and it was not probably the best. Like it was like a lot of gunfire at night, kind of not even at night, just all the time. Like it wasn't the best place. So we moved to be closer to my mom because my mom said that if
we moved that way, she would take care of the baby.
Oh.
so, I was like, okay, done deal. So
Yeah.
then we.
But wait a minute. We looked for houses, and I was like, I can't. I mean, $150,000. How am I going to pay for that? Mm-hmm. She's like, let's just build it the way we want it. Now we're building a house?
No, no, that's not true. You're exaggerating. So we found in a neighborhood like a spec home like that they were building to be a model home. It was
Yeah.
a tiny little house. It was cute. And we got to go in and choose like countertops and things like that. So it was already, that's not true. I'm lying.
Yeah.
That's not true. That was your mom did that. Oh my God, I'm such a liar. Never mind. Scratch that from the record.
This
That's
was
not true
so
at all.
much pressure on me that the night we moved, because I thought this was with the 6-foot privacy fence all the way around my yard, because we had a huge dog. I bought her a dog for a present or something. Samson.
English Mastiff.
Right.
Okay.
The one we knew, or that's a
No, that
first
was.
You
one?
knew Nico. I think the second one.
The second one. Okay.
Because
She might have known Samson.
no,
No, it was Nico.
Yeah.
I remember Nico.
yeah, had the weird right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So regardless, $151,300 was the deal. And the first night we're laying there, I'm looking at the ceiling fan, and I'm crying.
He's only lived in the inner city in Kansas City. Never lived in a suburb ever.
And she's like, "It's gonna be okay. He's gonna be okay." I go, "How am I gonna take care of you? I never had this, my Baba." And I just was sobbing, thinking, "What do you got me out here for? I'm in Johnson County. I've been to Johnson County now twice, before 1999. I was a Northeast kid. I was a Northlander. The whole deal. I thought, it's so quiet here. Something's gonna happen. Something bad. How am I going to make money? The business that I was in at that time, a security guard business, armed and unarmed security guards, just was taking forever to get going. I was working all the time. I didn't want to be at the Shady Lady with my wife pregnant. And then my Uncle Chuck died. My dad offered
Well,
me.
AJ was born and then checked.
Right. And then my dad said, "Hey, I'll give you X amount per month." My brother ran this joint for me. And I thought, well, I'm not going to have her bring my son down for lunch. So I was making my own way, and thankfully a couple things hit, and I did make my way. But it was a very scary time in those very beginning years, and I didn't know about relationships. I didn't know about how to interact in a healthy relationship. Everything was kind of handed to me. I know my good looks and all that stuff, but it was it was very different. I finally met somebody that wanted to take care of me and always had my back and always had my best interest at heart. And I just kept waiting for the other shoe to drop. What does she want? How far is this going to go? What's going to happen? And when she told me she was pregnant, it really freaked me out, because I thought, shit, I'm still a kid myself. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. And it all worked out for the most part.
Yeah, 27 years later.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
4 kids and 27 years.
Yeah.
I don't know who got the worst end of that deal.
I think
You or
I
your
did.
mom. I made out like a champion. I mean, you've done everything in the world for me.
I have.
How long did you guys live in that house? How long did you guys stay there at the house?
Maya was a few months old.
No. The house in Northeast.
Your first house. The first house
The
that you
one
guys
that
built.
the one that I
In
lied
Johnson
about
County.
building.
Johnson
In
County.
Johnson County.
Johnson County.
So-
3 years.
Yeah, and then moved to another house where we stayed for 17 years.
Which is the one across the street from Mill.
Mill
From Mill
Valley.
Valley.
Okay.
And then moved to where we are now, like 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You think this is your last forever home now?
It needs to be.
Yeah.
Please.
She had an unlimited budget
Oh,
and went
gosh.
way over it.
They have a beautiful home.
It's
Yeah,
we're
I've heard.
we're
I've
good
heard it's
there.
immaculate.
We're
It's
good
it's
there.
our our forever home, and it's too big,
and it has an
takes a
RV
lot.
garage.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah.
I put a
So-
40-foot RV garage on it, which I got another RV because the other one got hurricane.
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Remember that? I think I told you that story. It got hit by
Yeah.
the hurricane down in Tampa. We left it in our spot down there. She's like, "Joe, the hurricane's going to Tampa. Why don't you get on a plane and go
This
down
is
there?"
a typical Joe Jamie conversation.
Oh, yeah,
Joe,
yeah,
the
okay.
hurricane's gonna hit. Jamie, hurricanes never hit in Tampa. They always say it never happens. It's not gonna hit. I'm like, I'm watching the news pretty regularly. Like they're saying this one's gonna hit. Ah, bullshit. It's not gonna hit. So then,
So did it hit?
oh yes,
Twice.
So then, on that Thursday,
Double dang.
on like I can't remember if it was a Tuesday or Thursday. I was like, I have a flight pulled up. Like you could get there.
It was Monday.
by,
The
like-
thing hit Tuesday.
I was like, you could get there by like 9 p.m. and then you can go straight to the place, get the RV, get Sophie, and go somewhere else. It's not gonna hit. Next day, we get a call like our RV was destroyed, her car was destroyed. Sophie's panic mode because they're evacuating campus and they're like doing these loud sirens, like evacuate, evacuate. She's like, well, where do you evacuate to?
Yeah.
And they're
She
like,
had to go to a homeless shelter if
well,
she
she-
wanted to go.
yeah,
We
they
flew
said-
her back home.
They said,
She
we'll
went to
take you
Orlando.
to this homeless shelter.
So when you heard Joe, when you heard that, you're like, okay,
So,
is there
yeah.
dinosaurs outside? What are we doing?
Yeah. So it's like, what? Like, why wouldn't you listen to that? And then within another week, a second hurricane hit.
I was going down to meet the insurance adjuster, and he goes, "Why don't you just hold off?" I said, "What do you mean hold off?" He goes, "Well, there's another hurricane brewing." I go,
Oh, they never hit in Tampa.
I'll come down. I went down
With AJ.
with AJ, and we looked at the damage, and I told him everything's gonna be fine. And sure enough, the RV was fine.
Mm-hmm.
When you opened the door, the RV was fine up top. The water went. It was up to the door.
Like, it went 7 or 9 feet. I can't remember.
So
what
all
they
the
said.
electrical stuff, everything
Oh,
was
shit.
fried,
Everything.
and her car,
All the electrical components were like white from the salt water.
her car had
bad.
mold growing in the seats or whatever. So we fly back home.
The car
and
had
then
mold dripping from the ceiling.
Oh.
It was.
and then the
gross.
hurricane hit again, and then I finally met the insurance adjuster there,
Yeah.
and we went over. He said, "We're totaling it out.
They totaled both.
Total the car.
Yeah.
They cut me a check, and then we flew to Miami to get the new one, and then drove it back, and had it since."
You're not going to leave it down there in Tampa anymore?
We will,
will.
but not till after hurricane season. Like, we'll
okay.
do it probably November.
No. End of September. We're gonna go be down there for like 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
August
Well,
to
we're
move
moving
her
her
in.
in.
Yeah.
And then we're staying to go to.
The Stevie Nicks concert.
He's very
Nice.
excited about.
Ah.
I love Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
I love anything 70s, early 80s. That's just my deal.
You're,
So we're gonna spend a
are
couple
you
weeks
a
there.
yacht rock kind of guy?
Oh, God.
Yacht rock radio.
Hell yeah.
He loves
Hell
it.
yeah.
Love it.
That's
Love
that's
it, love
me
it,
too.
love it. And I don't know how. She's always like, "How do you know every word to every old song there is?"
It does not matter the genre. It could be the most obscure song ever that nobody's ever heard, and he like fully sings it, like every line.
I
It's
was always
the
by
most bizarre
myself.
thing ever.
Always by
Oh.
myself, and all I had was music and baseball.
Okay.
Always by myself, and I was always in that big ass Buick Cutlass or whatever we had, and my mom was always listening to yacht rock radio stuff, right?
Yeah.
Steely Dan.
Well, I mean,
Moss Gags.
and back then it wasn't yacht rock.
Right.
It was just
it was
The
rock
music.
and roll.
It was rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, now I only do on Sirius XM 25, channel 25,
Yeah. Yacht rock.
whatever. And
Yeah.
Yacht Rock Radio is 37. But the whole deal is just, it's so soothing. And she didn't have a background coming up with music as a
Yeah.
backdrop to everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes I smell the smells when a certain song comes on.
Damn,
what I
Joe,
was
we
doing.
could
He's
sit
the
here and
same
talk.
way.
We could talk like this. So, for me, Little League baseball in late '70s, Bob Seger comes on, bam, I'm
You're
playing
there.
baseball. I'm there on the ball field, or I'm in my dad's car. We're going to a game, or I'm the same way.
A song comes on
crazy.
and goes, "Oh, I bought the car and blah blah blah," and I'm like,
Yeah.
How do you remember
he
that?
has
I
an
use-
experience with the song.
I
and I'm
use
just like,
music for my memories.
That's
Yeah.
what he does.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, Joe.
It's very soothing to me.
Very.
It's very nice. Now my kids do the same thing.
Okay.
They're little DJ Scribble, my daughter, Sophie.
Uh-huh.
I bought her a turntable, speakers. She wants to do the whole mixing it together,
Really?
hat
Do the
backwards,
DJ?
the whole deal. And I'm like, that's great. I don't know any of the music she does. It's all that techno
Yeah, the
stuff.
EDM and
Yeah. So we're supposed to be taking them to a concert in July 5th, right up in Chicago. This guy is one of those
Yeah,
bopper dudes, and so I don't know. But so anyway, this new RV, I take it to get gassed up and stuff because I'm letting a friend borrow it, and I'm backing down my driveway, and I'm always worried about, is my gate going to stay open long enough for me to
Yeah.
get this 40-foot thing through? And I got the
Yeah.
I got the remote in my hand, so I'm backing it down, and I'm coming in hot.
He drives this thing like he's a race car driver.
Bam! I thought I hit my house. I hit my daughter Maya's car.
Oh yeah, this is just like 2 days ago.
Oh,
So I'm in panic mode because
Smashed her car.
I promised this guy,
No.
and
yeah.
I get out and I go, oh, please don't let it be bad. And I look, and the ladder's jacked, and the this and that.
It's cracked all the way
She comes
up.
outside. She goes, it's okay. He looks like you're going to cry. I go, I promised this guy he could borrow it. We're going to do this.
And we have like 3, like this weekend, next weekend, like we have like 3 trips in a row planned in it.
Right. So, and RVs take a while to get done.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Not
she's
to mention
already,
Maya's car is smashed.
yeah, that's going to be a 10-day fix, 3-day fix, 5-day fix.
Like
whatever
it was
it's
like significantly damaged.
Wow.
drama again. It was pretty bad, but not like significant. It was she can still drive it.
Yes.
So that's not
it's
significant.
drivable. It is
But
drivable.
anyway,
is it YouTube fixable?
no.
No. No.
I was gonna say I could try to help you, Joe.
So
There's no like dent puller out or
so the next that within 5 minutes she's on the phone to my buddy up in Shoreline Marine and RV fixes. He's got like 3 shops in the United States, and he happened to be in town. He's like, what's the matter? And I wrecked the RV, blah blah blah. And he goes, bring it up to me at 8:00 in the morning. This was yesterday.
Okay.
So I'm there at 7:30 in the morning. He's on the phone outside. He's like, whatever. So we're talking. One of his guys comes outside and he's like, oh, this is the most common injury, so to speak, in RVs. And he goes, you gonna pay cash? What do you want to do? I go, well, yeah, if it's a cashable deal. My deal with cash is $5,000 or less. I'll pay cash. He goes, probably 21,000. I go, no,
Dang.
insurance is gonna take care of it. So anyway, I got done with that. I come home. They drilled a couple things together, and because it's all fiberglass, and Maya's car. I had to do 2 insurance claims. My RV's done through Progressive, and all my other cars are under Liberty Mutual. So I told Progressive, listen, I hit my other car in the driveway. They're like, well, you need to call your other insurance company.
So yeah, so now we have 2 separate.
So I got
Claims
$2,000 in deductibles.
Okay.
I had $1,750, but still, I couldn't. Now Maya's like, do I get a rental car? I'm like, yeah, you got a rental car, which was a $30 a day rental car, but that's, what are you going to rent for $30? A scooter?
No, they don't have cars.
One of them birds.
So Enterprise calls me yesterday and says, hey, you got $30, blah, blah, blah. Let me see what I can get you. They come back, well, you're going to be out $10 a day plus the 30. That's what I said, no. I said, I got a voucher for $30. Sir, we don't have anything for $30. I said, get me close. So it's going to be like $8, $38 a day for to drive around and probably a Yugo. I don't know what they have.
You go.
Well, Maya's
How about a PT Cruiser? Maybe?
Maya's traumatized because when she was like 16, I want to say, she wrecked her own car, and we, for whatever reason, we didn't get her a rental car. Or
My
I
buddy
think she was too young.
owns Bob Allen Ford,
But
right?
she was too young to get a rental. She was too young to be the driver
yeah,
of the
yeah.
rental car.
Mm-hmm.
He gave her a transit van.
And we're like, no, because she was, I want to say she might have snuck out, or Maya, chances are. And so, like, she'd done something where we were not happy about this wreck. Not that anybody would be happy about a wreck, but, like, we were particularly annoyed about this situation. So he's like, well, I have this transit van. I'm like, well, take it. So she said this time, she's like, God, I'm not going to have to drive a transit van, am I?
So it's a Ford, right? It's a Ford Transit.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's an RV story.
But I was like, your friends will think it's amazing. You can pick up everybody in
Yeah,
town.
that's true.
I know, right? Yeah.
The RV that I had, the story I remember is you trying to turn that RV around when we were out of town at one of the
Downtown
soccer
Colorado.
tournaments. Was it Colorado? And you were trying to turn it around in a parking
In a
lot.
small parking lot, yeah.
And I was like, Joe, what are you doing?
But
I
did he
did it,
do
though.
it?
You did it.
I've
were
turned
all
down
waiting.
wrong way streets
Yes.
and downtowns. And
Downtown St. Louis, where it's like really narrow in those cobblestone streets.
Yes.
He went down there, and people are looking at him like,
and I've
What
got
are
a
you
tow car,
doing?
so I'm 53 foot long.
Damn,
like a
you're
big
towing your
rig.
car at the same time.
oh yeah.
And if you can't back up,
Right.
when you've got a
Oh.
tow hitch on there, you got they call it a toad. When you've got a toad on the back, you can't turn around.
You got to go forward.
You got to plan your trip. You got to look ahead to see what parking lot. She's like, turn here. I'm like, I can't. There's nowhere to get out of there. You got to unhook the car, and
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
that RV deal's a different level. You got to be like
It,
stopped in time. You can't be rushed at all.
But that was the most fun that Ileana had. That was her
Those were
favorite
good
part.
times.
When you took all the
All
girls
the kids.
down. Remember? You took all the team
Yep.
down in the RV.
Because I remember my deal was we will take every single girl on the team as long as you parents meet us in the parking lot with a cocktail waiting
that's right.
when we pull in. And sure enough, we pull in the hotel. I was like, "Aw."
Yes.
Yeah.
Those kids loved it. That big old
was so
windshield. Everybody
fun.
wanted to sit up front.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did not like do things safely. Joe lined up coolers in between the driver's seat and the passenger seat so the girls could sit there like a bench or like they could have been thrown through this gigantic windshield at any moment. But they were all just like so happy.
Yeah.
You took a whole soccer team.
We did our like
Yeah,
Healy,
we
and so yeah, like the whole. I don't remember how many girls there were.
Yeah, I
probably
don't remember.
12.
There was probably 12. Yeah, I did it for each of the kids. The reason I bought the RV is because my son played competitive baseball, and we would travel 30, 35 nights a summer in a hotel room. I know that now, in theory, knowing how much things cost me with the RV, gas, this and that, it'd probably been easier to stay in the hotel. But I had a washer and dryer. I've got all the comforts at home. If
And
you
he's
forget
weird
something,
about hotel beds. This is the guy that gets out like a flashlight and hits it to see if there's
Do
bed
you?
bugs. Like, what are you gonna do if there is? Like,
not sleep there.
I would just rather not know.
That doesn't make sense.
I mean, I'm probably still
Anyway,
gonna stay there.
so we have fun.
That's
Awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, so speaking of these vehicles, right? We'll segue into another topic. Are you familiar with the Waymo?
Those self-driving cars.
Yeah.
The ones
What-
in
what
San
do
Francisco that were going off in the parking lot.
See,
Yes.
that's what I
So
saw.
what
I
do
saw
you-
that too. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys? What's your opinion on those cars? Or
Like, I wouldn't get in one.
you wouldn't get in one?
wouldn't?
You wouldn't try it?
I don't even like checking my own self out at the grocery store. Like, I want somebody to do it for me.
Oh.
No, I do it all the time because I have to, because there's nobody that works at the register.
She never
anymore.
was like this.
No, because
She wasn't snooty all the time.
that's not snooty. That's me wanting
Snooty,
humans to have
bougie, what we
jobs.
got?
No,
She
that's
used to
me.
be from the hood with me.
Oh my god, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. I want people to have jobs.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yes.
I like
Yeah.
real human interaction.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree.
I prefer
Yeah.
that. And no way in hell I'm gonna get into a car that's driving itself. No, I don't care if it's a Tesla. No, I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm driving the Tesla, sure, but
Yeah, and those vehicles are what are they?
Waymo-
Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's a Jaguar.
did you not see them on that news clip in San Francisco? They're all like circling
Yep.
this parking lot, honking at each
Wasn't
other.
that a movie?
No, it was on the news.
iRobot.
Find that, Chris.
It's all fake.
Okay,
It's
so-
all
a little
fake
more
news.
details.
Fake news. No, but
Yeah.
it really.
So
no.
it's amazing because I'm just getting into it. I knew nothing about these vehicles. They've been around since like since 2004.
Would you get in one
I just to try it. Yeah, I think I would.
to go where?
It's wherever.
Like
I mean,
a distance?
yeah, I mean, 10 miles, maybe 15 miles.
Think about some of these Uber drivers now. They're crazy.
Yeah, but these vehicles drive better than humans. From videos that I've seen,
Until they don't.
Even there was a couple that worked. There was a couple that worked at Tesla, and they went and tried it, and they were like, we need to get back to Elon Musk and say, this is the
These are
shit right
better?
here. These are, yeah, they were like really impressed
I
with
don't
these.
know. Would
with
you?
these. I mean, but what I don't understand is
I don't trust you driving me.
You should. I'm a terrible driver.
what I don't understand
Horrible.
about these vehicles though is okay, there isn't a driver, but yet there's still a seatbelt and there's still steering wheel. Why do we need to see the steering wheel turn and do this and that, and then the blinkers turn
Is
on
it
and
just
off?
for your mental? You
I don't
think?
know. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, and
But then it says, please do not touch the steering wheel.
Yeah,
or
do
don't
not touch the steering
don't
wheel or the
interfere
steering
with any of that.
And somebody will do it.
Yeah, so like why
Somebody
put
else
it
shoot
there?
it.
Wait, can
Yeah.
people sit in
So-
the front seat or just in the back?
well,
Not
and
in
the
the
other-
driver's seat, in the passenger
Right.
seat.
And from
yeah.
what I learned is there's cameras in here in this
Yeah.
vehicle, so somebody is watching you.
Right.
And then there's a support button that if you have a question for somebody, you just hit this button and they'll like, can we help you? As this car is driving.
You've
I
seen
think
those
she's
movies where
fine.
like the computers take over and
Right,
all
but
that.
they're
That's-
criminals. I think it would be good for places like Vegas, New York City, things where you're going a mile,
Yeah,
distances.
exactly.
3
Yeah.
blocks.
Because I don't think, and I don't know, because you've seen them in Arizona, right?
Yeah, so Arizona State, everything's within
Yes.
a mile.
So their
Yes.
son goes.
Yeah.
Their son goes
So
to
when we
Arizona.
go and you see all these driverless Waymos just going right by you.
And the little delivery robots.
And there's
the
actually
little
a
food
little
delivery
tiny one.
robots.
We've
yeah.
seen those in
all
Dallas.
over the place. Yeah.
And now I've got a call, tomorrow's Thursday. I got a call Friday about these deals that I saw at Quick Trip. They're the floor cleaners, but they're small. They're not like the ones at Sam's Club that drive around
yeah.
with
Yeah, the
nobody
big
on
ones.
them. And they don't. They're just little ones
Yeah.
that go around the store and clean and mop
Like a
the deals.
Roomba?
Like a
Yeah,
Roomba that
like
we
a
have in our
Roomba.
house. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
commercial.
Yeah. Speaking of the Roombas, we just have a new Roomba in our house right now. They have a little bulldog,
Oh,
And that bulldog's just
Does it
picking
ride
everything
on
up
it?
for us.
no.
Oh, the puppy does.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him yesterday. I'm like, man, this dog is cleaning our floors up. And then come to find out, Ileana starts laughing. I'm like, what's so funny? Because this dog, Bubba is his name, loves licking this certain part of the floor. And she said, oh, yeah, I spilled butter there. And he just keeps hitting that same
Keeps going
spot.
back.
He keeps going back for thirds, fourths. Yeah, it's so cute. Yeah, it's a cute dog.
Do you guys have any pets now?
Yeah, we have a dog named Dallas.
Okay.
Remember that, Joe? Yeah,
Shocking.
Joe's like, does your dog ever get mad because his name's Dallas? I'm like, does he even know his name? Does he even know where Dallas is or why I named it that? I don't know, but I just thought it was just cool, and I don't know when Kansas City will ever get these vehicles, but I mean they just because there's like a 360 camera, and it can see like I don't know like three football fields down the road this way and every other
it sees
way.
better than we do.
So it does.
Yeah.
It sees everything, and they're very patient. And that's the other thing. You have to be very patient if you get into one of these vehicles, because it's going to take 35, 40 minutes just to go 11 miles.
Then what's the
won't go-
point?
I would do
I mean, just if you're not in a hurry and you just need
Well,
a
then-
ride somewhere, just get in one of these vehicles, and it only costs like $8 to go, 12 miles.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
I've heard it's cheaper, but you're right. You won't go through a yellow light. Like it'll
Yeah.
see a yellow and stop.
It'll stop.
yeah.
Well, I don't want it then.
Exactly.
I want to
Good
get
safe,
somewhere.
we're out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know when they're going to happen here, but I know they're in L.A. There are a lot in California. There's like 8 cities. They're starting as soon as it's going to be in New York, D.C., and Tokyo. They're like next in line.
So did you guys say you've seen them before?
I've only
You
seen the
have.
little delivery,
Oh,
like the
okay.
little on
And-
the college campuses, the little food
Oh,
delivery.
And
Okay.
what I learned is about these vehicles is you can also use them to deliver for you. So this vehicle will pull up
You can
to
like
you.
load your stuff in.
You
and,
can load whatever you need to load,
Now I would use that.
and then it'll take it to
'Cause you're not
the
in
next
it.
destination. Yeah.
Can you own these things?
I don't know.
Could
That's
you
a
put
good
your
question.
child in it and send them to practices so you don't have to
Oh, there
drive
you
them?
See?
go, right?
But what they haven't
Backtrack 20
what,
years,
what
that
they
would've been
haven't come
golden.
up with is a vehicle that can carry more than 3 people, 4 people.
Yeah.
You could put 4, I think, comfortably, depending on size of the person. But yeah, I guess
That's a
they
great
need to make
idea.
they need to make. Yeah.
What about an RV that drives itself?
That's a terrible
Now,
idea.
see, that's where I was going to go with that, because
No.
apparently that's what you needed here.
I'm
yesterday.
a half a step away from a self-driving RV
Wait.
anyway, because I'm watching TV, I'm on my phone, I got my feet up, and
See, here's the problem with that. Here's the
Go
problem
ahead,
with
Chris.
the problem with big vehicles and having an AI drive. The movie Logan kind of showed what happens for that. It's the movie with
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman,
Hugh Jackman.
who's Wolverine. He's traveling along the road, and they got semi trucks that are AI. These things run him off the road, and
See?
that is super dangerous.
That's what's gonna happen.
yeah.
No, but like
funny-
I said, these vehicles are careful. Apparently,
Okay, you
if it's
won't get into one of those, but you will drive with.
with this guy.
Yeah, I mean, so the funny thing
That's
is
pretty
about
close.
him smashing Maya's car was it was on the same day that he was meeting the guy who's going to use it to make sure he knew how to drive it correctly.
Oh,
I was like, so there's
Right.
that, yeah,
yeah.
But no, he is an amazing driver. He really is. I'm a terrible driver. I admit it. I don't care. I get where I need to go.
I used to, back in my
Heyday.
hood days, I would get the 22s on the cars, on the expeditions, all the gold package, the gold plate everywhere,
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that stuff. Say, here, this is that you're driving this car, and the wheels they weren't cheap, and if you didn't make whatever, how did that get in there? Well, I hit a curb, I hit this, I did
I can
that.
hit a curb where there's no curbs. Like I hit.
You'll find one, huh?
Oh, I hit every curb in town.
But you admit it.
Oh yeah, you
She
can't deny
did,
it.
she didn't for a
Like
little
the whole
while.
car rocks. Like
It's like, well, how did
like
that?
even coming out of the bank drive-through, you have a left or a right. Either way, I'm gonna hit the curb. Like, it doesn't matter. His sister Lucy makes fun of me because she's like, "You are truly the worst driver I've ever
my
seen."
gosh.
It's like I know.
I put her behind the wheel of the RV once because I had to go to the bathroom. I go, just drive so I could go to the back and go to the
But
bathroom.
he doesn't stop. He stands up. We're still going on cruise control. He's like, "Jump behind here. I gotta go to the bathroom." I'm like, "What in the hell are you thinking?"
Her hands were
Profusely sweating.
I go, just pull over. Just pull. You're going to get us killed. Pull over, because there was a diesel coming on the left. And we're going to Omaha. And her hands were sweating, tears in her eyes. And I'm like, Just pull over. We're going 43 miles an hour. I mean, stop.
I know. Doesn't cruise control only regulate speed, not driving? There's a whole bit about this in
It was awful.
I'm just
The
like,
Anchorman.
just drive straight.
Yes.
Just drive straight. That's all you have to do.
It's not
It's a death trap.
No, that was Smithville Lake that I said was a test trap.
Do any of the kids drive?
Maya is an amazing RV driver.
AJ's an amazing driver.
AJ's
Okay.
good too, but Maya is with us more frequently in it, and Maya will drive 8 hours if you let her.
Nice.
Yeah, she's fantastic. AJ's great at it. I don't think Gigi or Sophie have ever tried.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean they'd probably be better than.
But it's
me,
just so
but-
much. When we're driving, I like to drive 7 to 8 to 9 hours. 9's a little bit much, just because I'm getting older. And I don't like driving at night in that RV because the windshield is so big, and the side windows are so big. When there's a light on or reflection, it's just hard to see. And the lights on the RVs, even though I changed them to LED, it's just it sees about
And
20
when you
feet
go
in
into
front
an
of you.
RV site at night, like it's not an easy task to find where you're supposed to be. There's like these
yeah.
little bitty numbers
Yeah.
that tell you, and you're looking at this map. And most of the time, he's telling me to look at the map. I also, in addition to not being a good driver, I'm not a good map reader, and so I'll be like, "No, take a left." I'm like, "Oh shit, I was supposed to be right." Like it's a whole thing. So we like to get there when it's still daylight, so
Yeah.
that we can
And
like
you could set
find
up
where we're
and you
supposed
could
to
cook
be.
and you could enjoy your
Yeah.
time because usually we're only there for a night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we take off early in the morning. But I don't know. I like driving. But then when Maya's like, "Dad, I'll drive," "Are you sure?" "Yeah, let me try it. This is the first time." "Okay, we're going." She's doing fantastic. I'm like, "Listen, it looks like we need gas." She's like, "Okay, I'll do it." "I don't know. Let's switch." "Dad, give me a chance." Okay. She gets off the exit, and we're pulling a car, and she's doing the left turn, and she's got. I said, "Be careful." "Oh, I got it. Going, pulls into the pump. "I'll pump the gas." I said, "I got it, sis. We'll do it." So we go, and she did fantastic. She drives in traffic. She doesn't get nervous.
She
She's
knows
like,
how to do the air brakes and all the things.
yeah,
It's
she's like, we're much bigger than them. Because I always tell them, listen, if somebody can't see us coming, we're 8.5 foot wide, 40 foot long, 13.5 foot high.
Damn.
So you're not going to be bumping into us or
Sneaking up
nothing.
on
Yeah.
anybody.
So she does it, and sometimes the thing swerves over. Don't overcompensate. Just kind of get back in your lane.
Yeah, she
stuff
does
like
a
that.
good job.
She does a great job, and it makes me relaxed because I
Yeah.
can take a nap for a half hour or so,
Yeah.
or read a book, or get on my computer and do some work, whatever I have to do.
Yeah.
And so while she's driving, she's got a great co-pilot.
No, I do not do any of those things. My typical spot in the RV is I sit on the couch with a book, a real book. And
But you cook us lunch
yeah,
or dinner.
I do all the things. I'll
Yeah.
get food and drinks for people, whatever.
While you're driving down the road.
Oh yeah. But I
So
also
it has a kitchen in it.
uh-huh. But we've been RVing enough that I usually have everything prepped. So
Yeah.
tacos is our go-to for the night we pull in because everything can be pre-cooked and just easy to assemble, ready to go. So I have meals planned, things ready to go at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This new one has a dishwasher,
washer dryer.
washer dryer still.
Which one of your daughters does that?
A nice.
Oh, you're talking about a real one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, none of my. Have you met my girls? Our son would be the dishwasher.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
he's the tidy one. Yeah. So yeah, we've turned into RVers.
Why do you got all those wigs and deals up there?
Well, I've used them for something.
Like crimes?
I cannot.
I know who
Confirm
each
that?
one of them is.
Do you really?
I think so. Jerry Garcia.
Ah, okay.
Skip that one.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
That's
Let me
John
see.
Lennon.
Cheech Martin?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so if you have Cheech Marin there, then who would be the one next to him?
That's Cheech. That's Chong,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Randy
You
Savage.
said Jerry Garcia.
I did.
Yeah.
It could have been him too.
No. Okay, but it's Chong, Cheech.
Cheech, Chong, and then
You said Randy.
Randy Savage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Step into a Slim Jim.
And then that one underneath the cover said that was
That's-
just a Halloween,
Looks like the
like the Joker.
Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't know the far right.
He paints.
Oh.
Bob Ross?
Bob Ross,
Yes.
yeah. And that one actually, my deal was Bob Ross one day. For,
Bob Ross didn't have all the facial hair.
I know it wasn't that bad, but he bought
It
it.
was short.
Yeah.
He had short
Yeah, it was
hair.
really short. Yeah. But anyway, that was the Bob Ross. That's what came with it. You buy a Bob Ross
Kit.
and that's the one that they gave you. Yeah, kind of weird, right? Oh, that Macho Man one you could almost use for Bob Ross.
You could.
right?
It almost
So
looks more Bob
if you ever
Ross.
need if you ever need a wig or
We
facial hair,
got plenty of wigs.
do you?
No, we don't.
When you used to work at the, no, I'm not gonna go there.
Old Destiny here.
Yeah,
Star.
but yeah, see, but back in the day, we would buy wigs and whatnot, and then Sandy would throw them in a bag and then throw them upstairs,
And
and
they
then
get all tangly
then we'd be
and-
like, oh yeah, let's pull these out, and then they're like flat. We had a Marge Simpson wig, really cool one.
Oh, I would like
That thing
one.
ended up smashed up, and I'm like, we ended up using it for something else. But that would have been a cool wig to
Yeah,
kind of keep in form, you know.
I love
and-
Marge.
Yeah,
Well, I'm curious. What else could you have used it for?
I can't remember
I
what it
used
was.
It was blue and
Oh.
about 4 foot high.
Yeah, but it got smashed in a box, and it became a
I
small
used
wig.
it for a thing 1, thing 2 costume.
Oh, Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I say it got all
Oh,
smashed
you
up.
know what
where
else
it
I
just-
used it for?
There we
Was
go.
Trolls.
Inside Out.
Oh yeah,
Happy
he
or
wouldn't
what-
know that one.
Okay, sorry.
That's
yeah.
when our kids were older. He wouldn't have known
Okay.
that reference.
So,
Joe,
yeah.
Are you an emotional guy?
Mhm.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I've never noticed it, but today, yeah. I mean, you know, the stories,
See,
and there's
like-
nothing wrong with it because I'm the same way. And like you said earlier, you listen to a song and you're singing, and in tears, I do the same thing. There's songs that just hit you. I'm sure
Yeah.
Joey's the same way.
Commercials. I'll cry for commercials.
You will.
He cries
do
during
too.
jingles.
I just that whole religious stuff on Sundays that's paramount to everything because you just think I'm a religious guy too.
Yeah.
And you just think, what would you do if you were looking at God? Like, what do you say? What do you do? Do you say anything? Do you just go? Am I supposed to be here? I mean, what are you going to do with me? It makes you really emotional to think about life and how short it is and the afterlife. And so I'm meeting right now about once every 2 weeks. Do you guys know the Tauschers?
Yeah.
AT, the awesome soccer goalie.
Yeah.
Her family's fantastic. They're St. James people.
Right.
Anyway,
Yes, you do. Addie, she played soccer with us.
Goalie.
Oh,
she's at
The
KU.
Tauschers, volleyball. She
Yeah.
did, she did all.
So anyway, he
Yeah.
needed.
She's a goalie at KU.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
He's going through
Okay.
some religious deal, and he called me and
Like
He's-
mentorship.
mentorship. He's
Yeah.
like the third person that's like wanted me to like be mentored by. I'm like,
They want
what's
you to
going
be
on
better.
with me? they want me to be better. I
Trying to
guess.
save Joe.
Oh, they're trying to save you. That's
I
what
think
they're
so,
doing.
but I don't
Oh,
need to be saved.
interesting.
Just because of my life experiences and stuff
Yeah.
doesn't mean that I'm a miserable human being. I'm a
Right.
very nice man. I'm a God-fearing guy.
Say so yourself.
You know, and
Yeah.
and you by saying that, ladies and gentlemen, if you just go to episode number 12, you can really hear some good stories by Mr. Joe Spinelli here. I mean, they were great.
But anyway, he talks to me about. I told him, I said, why don't you just become a priest? I mean, I know you got a family and stuff, but you spend so much time at church, and we talk, and I ask him these questions, and he hasn't had answers for me yet. But
Well, I don't think there are answers. I think it's everybody has their own.
well, yeah, but if
answer.
you're going to tell me something that you believe in, why do you believe in it? Tell me what backs it up, besides for blind faith. So I get all that stuff, regardless, and I was telling him about my Sunday morning stuff, and he was getting emotional listening to
it's
me.
it's only in the RV. He doesn't do this at home, as far as I
As far
know.
as he knows. We've got a beautiful, in our backyard, we have a upstairs porch that's got glass around it. So you could sit and have coffee or do whatever you're going to do and look out over the
Yeah.
pool and the land and stuff. And I'll sometimes sit up there and look out there, and it just, when you die, you die. And I talk about this with my kids all the time. Do you just go black? Do you Jeff said something to me. He goes, well, there's two judgments. And I go, Jesus said that he's going to judge the living and the dead. That means all at one time. No, he's going to come back. When you die, you go to purgatory. I go, there's no such thing as purgatory. He's like, yes, there is.
You were raised Catholic. How can you say that?
I know there is, but I don't want to go there. You know, I want to, because when you get hurt, you black out. I had a motorcycle wreck not too long ago, and I don't remember anything about it. I just remember going black, waking up in the
So
hospital,
you think
and there
that's
she
what
is.
death would be?
For a minute, until everybody's dead, or till the Lord comes back and judges you and says, "Come on with me." Or,
Here's the deal.
God
We don't
forbid,
know.
says he's not going.
We don't know what's. You don't know.
I
what's gonna
do.
happen.
That's my faith.
Oh, okay.
Just because you don't believe in something that
That's not that I don't believe in it. I just don't know.
listen. If you want to go to hell, that's your own deal. I'm taking you with me.
Damn.
You keep scaring her.
Yes.
Okay,
We need to get that track for Joe in the RV.
But my kids haven't totally bought into the Catholic faith yet. I'm still working on them, and I take them when Maya usually, but it's just.
It's hard because we have not set our kids up for success in that realm because I'm not Catholic. He is, but he's not like a hardcore practicing Catholic.
Not a hardcore Catholic, but I do
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, so I think our kids kind of fell somewhere in the middle. Like, they were all baptized Catholic, all those things that check all those boxes, but then...
Where do you attend Mass?
St. Joe.
Right?
You do?
When?
Most of the holidays.
Christmas?
Ash
Easter.
Wednesdays,
Okay.
Easter.
It's surprising we haven't. Oh, we did run
You
into
did see me before.
Yes, that's right.
Eliana comes up and says hello every time
yes,
she
we
sees
did
me.
see her. Yeah. I remember now.
Take that back.
Okay. Sorry, Joe.
That's okay. So anyway, lying's not very good virtue either.
You
Or
talking to me or her?
She told me I lie all the time without even meaning to.
She told a story that
I
your mom
misremember.
yeah.
God, that was bad.
We got in the car one time in Vegas when we travel with our friends, and
Wait, I go on record
you weren't
saying,
drunk because we'd just gotten off the plane.
I don't think the story is true because I don't remember it.
She's looking
So you were
around.
drunk?
We've been to Vegas
Nope.
1,000 times with these same people. My buddy Dave and his wife Christina. 1,000 times. And we all know that we all stay together, not in the same rooms, but we stay together. And she's looking around. She goes, "Man, I've never been to Vegas." And we're like, "What?" She's like, "I've never been here." And we're like, "What are you talking about?"
I don't recall that.
Like, what are you talking about? She doesn't do drugs either, by the way.
No, I
So you don't recall saying that?
but yet 3 people who I trust what they say are like, "Yes, you did." I was like, "Yeah, I there's nothing for me to say. I don't remember saying it."
All right.
And if I did say it, it was like completely ridiculous thing to say. So I don't know.
So,
But then I've been known to say ridiculous things, so whatever. Yeah,
That's okay.
good times.
Yeah.
what else you got for us?
Okay. So speaking of the business, how's the business going?
Like the liquor store business?
Yes. How's the liquor store?
Good, I would say. I worked there today.
Okay.
If anybody wants to
My-
pat me on the
yeah.
back.
My daytime gal, she had to go to the hospital maybe the night before Monday.
So
Today's- Anyway, she had a little deal. I said, take Wednesday off too. Jamie will work or whatever. And we're under contract for a new property down in Lacine, Kansas.
not a liquor store.
Not a liquor
Oh.
store. It's
Oh.
hunting and fishing cabins. There's 14 cabins and
RV
8
spots.
RV spots. We're putting more RV spots in.
Oh.
And the day that we signed the deal,
Yeah.
there was a lease right across the highway in Drexel, Missouri, because this is on the way to Pittsburgh, Kansas,
Okay.
Lacine, and it's right off the highway. And there's the power plant lake, which houses professional fishing tournaments, because it never freezes, because it cools the power plant down. So this lake has the biggest bass in Kansas down there, allegedly. And there's Lynn County Lake. But anyway, the day we signed, June 1st, the lease started for like $1.2 million a month for a 7,000 acre solar farm. A 3-year project with 300 workers that are going to be in that area needing places to stay. So we're building more RV spots and things like that, because most of these people that stay there are not only hunters and fishermen, but they're Evergy workers and they're wedding venue things that they're down in that area and they just don't have enough places to stay, so they stay there.
Yeah,
You
there's
could
not
do
a
it.
whole lot of options out that way to. as
Yeah,
far as
there's a
housing.
group of ladies called Sirloins and Saddles or something that rents the place for 2 weekends every September. So hopefully it works out good for us, and you don't have to be there. Everything's
Yeah.
Yeah,
through
that
your
was the
telephone.
attractive part of the business. I think it's like an online booking service. It's pretty hands off.
There's a couple Native American ladies down there that clean the cabins. Once they're gone, they get dinged on the phone and they go clean the
Okay.
cabins. And
Whose idea was this?
Not mine.
Okay.
most good ideas start with me.
Okay. Do you have hunting experience?
I'm not
No,
a
no,
hunter.
this is just the housing accommodations. Is it? It's
Just-
like there's like 14 existing cabins,
Uh-huh.
and they're nice, but they're not like luxurious by any means. They're like very like practical cabins, but they have like stoves, sinks, like the whole everything
Okay.
that you would need.
I would stay there.
Yeah, like
I'm
they're-
not like her. I'm not that snooty, but I would stay there.
I'm saying they're not like a luxury vacation, but they're definitely like nice and like meet all your needs. And so, yeah, it's hunters and fishermen use the cabins, but like anybody could rent them.
Oh, okay.
It's got a deer, not a deer stand, but a deer
Like a
cleaning deal. Fished, and it's got a big pavilion that has like maybe 10 picnic tables and not gas grills, but charcoal grills. It's got little cornhole toss deal. It's got we're putting 4 washers, 4 dryers, maybe 2 and 2.
Well, they already have a laundry facility, but it's for the ladies who clean, like they do the bedding and the towels and all that. So we thought like the add-on of a laundry facility for guests. Like I'm assuming if you're hunting and fishing, you get dirty.
Yeah.
So like that would be.
But she doesn't understand that they don't care.
Well,
they don't care about
you
clean
don't know all
clothes
of
or
them.
they put urine on themselves when they go in the woods. What do they care about that?
What are you even talking about?
Do they not?
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's a thing.
And they actually can't wash their clothes, otherwise the
Okay, so we don't need a
to
washer and dryer.
We don't need 4 of them. Maybe 2 of them will be
I
all
said
right.
2. You're the one that just exaggerated to 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a new business that you guys are going to be starting.
Yeah, and it is not. We have not signed on it yet. We're in the works of. Hopefully, it'll close in the next 30 days.
So we're under contract. We haven't taken over yet, but it's not new. It's been around for a long time. But the guy that had it last, that we're buying it from, just renovated them all 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And so you know this guy?
No.
Like it just came out of the blue?
The broker is a good friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The guy that had the listing for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the name of this place as of right now?
Valley Cabins.
Are you changing it?
No, we're not going to change much. If
That's
anything,
the
we'll add a
Spinello
few.
cabins?
No.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah,
that's
it's one
true.
of those things where
We'll just improve it.
Well, like I immediately went in being like the girl mind. I was like, "Ooh, we could do this," and then I caught myself like, "No, this is working beautifully as it is. Like, leave it alone." Like guys don't want it pretty.
Yeah.
So I had to like catch myself and be like,
Oh,
So
okay.
I remember, Joe, we talked once, and you were thinking about an RV
Up at the Legends.
car wash type of
"Oh,
deal.
the truck wash."
The truck wash, still in the works or no?
No, it's too expensive. Like we've tried in multiple locations, and the funding for it is just.
Really?
I mean, it's insane. Like it made it not doable. It was so expensive.
But there are some out there, or
Oh yeah,
Sure, they're called.
okay, they are some.
But they're chains.
They're chain
like
washes.
corporate.
You know, $60-$70, you get your deal washed in 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What we're doing next after this deal is that RV park up by the Legends.
An RV.
You know, Margaritaville just opened.
Yes.
We have that 32 acres right to the south of there under
Oh,
contract.
you have some acreage there?
We
Well,
don't
it's
own it.
we don't
It's under
own it. It's
contract.
just under
Yeah.
contract.
All the pieces have to fall in place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that near where the Buc-ee's is going to be?
Buc-ee's is going to be on the other side of 435. It's going to be on the west side. From
Okay,
what I
okay.
understand, it by the American Royal or in front of the casino.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be on the other side of the American Royal, which is further to the northwest.
Okay, so and then they'll be able to get off of the highway and then hit that.
And the thing about the RV park is 435, I-70, 2440, all those highways are right there. So you're getting off at State Avenue and 435, you're going up the street, you're taking a left. I mean, you're
Yeah.
perfect.
And that's another business you don't have to really be there to do anything.
Well, we would be there quite a bit for
That would be my
one.
You would?
that's our retirement deal.
Because for
Oh.
that one, it like is a lot of human interaction. With the cabins, it's all like keyless entry.
Oh, okay.
So like they get sent a code to their phone. They click like I'm here, and then it sends them back a code to get into the cabins, whatever.
Okay.
So with the RV park, it is much more like when we stayed in an RV park. There are quite a few staff. Like they check you in. Somebody gets on their little go-kart or scooter thing and takes you to your site. Like
Okay.
there's a lot more human interaction.
I think that's called a golf cart.
golf cart, not go-kart. What I call it?
Golf cart.
Whatever.
Or go kart or scooter.
Whatever they are.
You
I
know,
I
to
understood.
Thank you.
backtrack a little bit, Joe. I remember you had said in your episode that one of your girls wanted a go kart track, and did that ever happen?
No.
No.
Because Maya Spinello and her
Right.
girlfriends several years ago on the
Oh.
first day home from college
Yes, I remember
summer
that.
break decided to they claim they were not drinking at the pool, but I find that hard to believe, and then jump on the Polaris,
Yes, I
proceed
heard
to
this
do
story.
donuts, roll up. Maya went through the windshield,
Yeah.
sliced her face in half, lots of stitches and cosmetic stuff later. We're like,
The little girl got staples in her head, and
the girl that was driving
remember
had to
that.
have her head stapled. That Maya literally like filleted her face open,
Ugh.
and so we're like, no, like you're
Yeah.
guys, you're not trustworthy.
Yeah.
Did Maya say, Dad, I need plastic surgery, not right now? And you're
Well,
like,
no, I tried to get her to get it then because it was bad. Like, I'm not talking like a little cut. Like, it was bad. And so she still has a really deep scar on her face. And now she's saying she wants it fixed. I was like, I tried to get you to get it fixed back then when it happened, like to go see a cosmetic surgeon right away. And she didn't do it.
Is it the scar like really noticeable?
I mean, if she doesn't have makeup
she
on,
loves
you can see
telling
it.
stories too.
Yeah,
So it's just
maybe
part
one
of
day
her
she'll
story.
just go
No,
by
that's true.
Scarface.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, she's so cute that you look like it
She is
doesn't.
very cute.
And when she smiles, it just looks like a little dimple now.
Oh.
So it's not a big deal now. But yeah, at the time, I was like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
yeah,
by the time I
remember
got
that.
to the hospital, she had like her entire face stitched like here all the way over. I was like, oh god.
And then you also said something about she wanted either that or a lazy river. Whatever happened to
The lazy river, just
Didn't happen either.
money,
No. We have a pool and a hot tub.
just lack of
Well,
dough.
the lazy
We got a
river
free
will
hot
connect with
tub.
the pool, and then
That would be pretty cool
right?
idea.
That would be cool.
I like the go-kart deal better.
No.
that would
I
be
like the
fun.
laser.
And I don't think it would take much to do a go-kart track, but we're in a floodplain right there. About
Yes.
40 feet behind our pool. All that stuff up into the creek is floodplain.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid that if I spent that time,
Put-
and there's 100-year floodplain, right? So 2 years ago it rained 2, 3, 4 days in a row. She sends me a picture
It was
of a video.
bad.
She's like, I'm getting nervous because it's past the 100-year floodplain.
Well, and it was like moving water, like
Right. Rushing water.
yeah,
Yeah.
rushing water that was coming close enough. I was like, oh boy.
It took our shed,
Yeah, I remember.
No,
No,
that's
it
our
was
right.
shipping
It was
container
a shipping
Shipping container.
down the
I remember
creek.
that,
I had to
yeah.
pick it up
Yeah, and it
3
was full
blocks
of,
away.
so it was like a heavy shipping container, like
Right.
a train
Yeah.
shipping full of stuff, and it
Ended up in somebody else's property, right?
ended up lodged under a bridge.
It cost
yeah.
me more to get it back than it did to buy it.
Yeah, we had to
Oh,
rent equipment to
man.
like pull it out and truck it down. It was
It was,
It was
And
not
you guys
good.
weren't in the house that long, right? When that happened.
that was a year.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
That
yeah.
was a year into our house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was bad.
Wow.
Yeah, expensive
crazy.
endeavor there.
But I would love to do a go-kart track, but I'm just afraid that water would just
Yeah.
wash it everything
Yeah.
out.
And we don't have
So
a
it's all grass right now. Who
Yeah.
cuts your grass for you?
We both do. We both do. I bought a nice rider,
That's awesome.
and
You know, I'm sorry.
they have Roombas for the lawn.
Yeah, that was gonna say because I saw.
Really?
Yeah, they do. Where you program it, you run it through, you program it, and then you can just.
I saw it
But
on the
that's
golf
for
course
like
the other day.
well
Oh, really?
manicured yards. Our front looks well manicured, but our back, like 15 acres, is like rough terrain. It's like bumpy, like
Not true. Partially
oh my
true.
god, so true.
So past the creek, her father built us a bridge to get the Polaris across it and all that stuff. And then I manicured a cross-country course up top.
2 years ago,
There's,
Oh, you did?
there's 10 acres up
when
top.
Sophie was
Yeah.
training. Yeah.
Because I sold 5 acres to a guy that bought a couple of my liquor stores, built a house next
Yeah.
door,
Yeah.
and then I kept the 15, so I would carve out tracks and stuff. She never used it one time.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
it's fun to get up there and I get away from things.
Well,
but now
the
you got to
kids-
check for ticks.
Yeah.
E-
And the kids, like when they're home, they'll take the Polaris and go
Yeah.
up there. Yeah.
Mhm.
Trails everywhere. It's,
Yeah.
You could see it from an aerial view. It's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fun.
Huh.
Yep.
I
So-
guess I didn't realize
so-
all of that back there.
Yeah. So backtracking to the liquor store, what was the inspiration for the liquor store? Is there any inspiration? to
Wait, you
open
had
up?
one before, though, right?
Several.
Yeah.
But okay,
There,
so
there
what
wasn't.
was?
I don't know that there was inspiration. I think
Opportunity.
we were looking for a new business, and he clearly could never work for anybody else. And
Why is that so clear?
Because your personality.
Bubbly?
Yeah. And
You know what? I
Like-
think
like
we have a
champagne.
son that is exactly the same way.
Like
I don't think he's
can't-
going to ever be able to work for anybody.
I just can't sit still. I don't.
follow directions.
I follow directions.
No, you do not.
I tell this to all my
You don't
employees.
listen to details.
If you have something that could be done better than the way I'm doing it, let me know and we'll try it. There's been a couple times where we've tried it doesn't work better, but it makes sense to them, and I show them why it's not going to work or why it does work.
Yeah.
So, for me to be in a corporate setting and tell Mr. Oracle, "Hey, this is dumb. We gotta let's do it this way," I'd get let go.
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
just
yeah.
wouldn't be a deal because you've got to kiss ass all the way to the. It's
Yeah.
just bad. I seen my dad do it for 30 years, and
So we were working with a business broker who brought a list of businesses, and his dad kept wanting us to go into the restaurant business. We had zero interest. Him growing up in the restaurant business knew how hard it is, and like you have to be there constantly. And we had little kids at the time, and so we kind of did the whole like don't get emotionally involved in this decision and like fold the paper over and just look at like
Pros
sell
and cons.
cost and profit. And so we kind of like highlighted those and then opened up. It's like, oh, they're all liquor stores. Okay. So then kind of went from there of which ones were available. And,
okay.
that was
So I
kind of
learned
the method.
I learned everything that I could possibly learn before I bought it about the liquor industry, about distributorships, about.
And his dad worked for Anheuser-Busch for years too,
Yeah,
so there was a
yeah.
little prior knowledge there.
But the guy that I bought it from, it was just a little tiny thing.
Where was this one
In Gardner.
located?
In Gardner,
Oh,
it was a
wasn't
tiny
Gardner.
store when we bought it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was 1,700 square feet. But the guy, he was on drugs, and he wanted out and he wanted cash, and I happened to have a little cash, and I went in. He let me go in. He gave me a key to the joint, so I go in. I'm learning all the prices, why this is that. I checked other stores in the areas, and I had a plan. I learned the system. I made him a nice offer. He took it.
An offer he couldn't refuse.
It was. I was so low. I thought, if somebody
Yeah.
does that to me, I'm gonna go down the street. And he took it, and I took over the next day, and changed the prices, changed things around, expanded 3 times to about 10,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Our
And,
strip center that we're in, we've like kept going
Grown,
down
yeah.
until, but then there's only one space left, and it's like, oh, I really like that Chinese restaurant. Like we should live like this restaurant because it's real good.
Is it a good restaurant?
So now we're on track. The old man that owns my strip center, we've kind of made handshake deals to take over that, which I'm not sure that we really want to be in that strip center per se. Gardner's getting so big now,
Yeah.
Is it?
and it's just it's the fastest growing county in city and in Johnson County, and there's a lot of rooftops going up because of the intermodal and all those huge.
Just a lot of work opportunities out there.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I want to start to transition out of the. I like the liquor business, but none of my kids want it.
I was going to ask, is anybody interested in taking over?
They all kind of have their own
Yeah, that's good.
Their own
path.
ideas.
Yeah.
And in the liquor business now, and especially in Johnson County, the Indian folks are taking over. They're
Oh.
popping stores up, and it doesn't matter. They'll put a store here, and they'll open up one across the street. They're cousins. They're taking
Right.
money out of each other's pockets. It's just a weird deal on how they do business. But that's kind of where the thing is. Plus, drinking habits are getting different nowadays. Younger kids aren't drinking whiskeys and things like that. They're drinking the foo-foo drinks.
Well,
the
that's not even
seltzers.
accurate. The thing that's changed the industry the most in the last 2 years has been THC becoming legal. So more kids like our kids' age would prefer to have edibles over alcohol. They feel like it's healthier. They feel like they feel better the next day. They feel like it's better for their bodies, like, liver function, all that. So, like, all of the research now where everybody's complaining, like mom and pop stores are complaining about their sales going down, is all in relation to THC sales going up where it's legal.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So that's...
And I'm still selling a lot of that, the THC infused
Well,
drinks.
we
and
have-
things.
Okay, so I was going to ask
we
if
have
you
that,
guys
and we can have some
have
like
infused
Delta
drinks.
9 product, like whatever.
never tried.
but not like a dispensary type.
Right.
We can't carry that stuff,
Right.
obviously.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have I ever
So-
tried it? No.
No, I haven't either. I'm
No,
serious. I never.
Nobody has.
Who?
I haven't tried the drinks. I've smoked
Yeah.
a lot of weed back in the day, but I haven't tried any of the
You
drinks.
have?
Back when I was a kid.
Why
Not a
was your
kid.
parents letting you
8,
smoke weed in a
9?
kid?
Not a kid.
Teenager?
No, college.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You tried it in college once.
No, I did a lot. But I haven't tried any of the drinks because I don't like that stuff now. Like
Yeah.
at my age now, I don't like that stuff. So I can't I don't want to. I don't like feeling bad.
Yeah.
And I don't
That's
know how
same.
something's gonna hit me, so I like to stay with my red wine or tequila. I know how that's gonna hit. I'm good
Yeah. How
Yeah.
do you guys stay competitive in the market?
with our store.
Yeah.
I've got a couple factors: clean, smell nice, be nice. Just the process. It's my people.
We have really great employees.
But even if I didn't have those great employees, the way I go about business, the way she goes about business, is the personal connection. It could be the smelliest guy or the most beautiful person in the world, and it doesn't matter to us. You come in, you're there for an experience. A lot of people spend 10, 15, 25, 30 minutes in my store
Yeah.
because it's
I believe it because I've done that too.
it's safe, it's well lit, it smells like Malibu rum or tanning beds or
He gets all these
Cocoa
crazy
butter?
air freshener
whatever.
fragrances.
Somebody left a complaint on Google that said, "Man, it smells like a vanilla stripper reunion or something in there." I wish they wouldn't do this, but I've got one of those air fresheners that does the whole store. So when you walk in, it was a whole plan. I got commercials, I've got the radio ads going, and then I got the TVs going. But when you go into some place and it smells like shit, or it smells just terrible, you're like, man, it already put you in a weird space anyway. You go in somewhere, you smell something good, you're like, yeah, okay.
And also, I mean, I feel like we have good music going all the time, and our employees are like knowledgeable too. Like people my age, like a woman my age can go in and actually be given information about the wine that she needs to go with her dinner she's making, whatever.
But now,
Like-
mind you, it's not just that business. Every business that we've been in together, and there's been several, there's been a lot of businesses, we treat it the same way. We treat it like it's my business, right?
Yeah.
And if you come into my business, I want you to feel the same way I do about it. You know, I want you to know what's going on. I want you to know me. I'll crack jokes with you. I'll make people that seem uptight. I'll say something that's a little uncomfortable. We'll laugh and we'll do whatever, but it brings people back.
Today he was throwing fireworks at people at the stores,
I got those
including
little
me.
snappers.
You know how his office
My
is
office
up in
is
the
up
loft?
top.
Yeah. I
I'm
was
like
gonna-
checking people out, and I keep getting hit in the head with something. Like what? and then I get hit in the leg, and it like kind of hurt. And I thought, and he's up there like throwing these little snappers at me and customers, and the customers are like, "What is happening?"
Are they the snappers that sound like fireworks? They
well,
have
they just
those
kind of
out
do the
right
little
now.
pop.
They're just little
I mean,
pops.
these
like
there's
those little
some
white
that,
paper ones.
Yeah. They have some that they call it adult ones, and
No,
They're
those are
bigger.
loud. They're a little bigger, but
no,
they're
these
really loud.
don't encourage this.
I'll give you a couple
You're right.
boxes.
No,
Big Daddy gave me some last year, and I said, you know what?
no.
They're pretty, yeah, you have to try them out, John. You may start a fire, but
But anyway, that's what we do. We make you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
We go over the top. You know, I'm Italian, and she's taking on that whole take care of you no
Yeah.
matter what.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
you could be at our house, you could be in the RV, you could be at our store. You're gonna get treated like royalty, and that makes people. You know, there's 5 other stores in town, and I'm still the biggest and the best.
right.
And
Nice.
they're one of the other stores that just opened took about 12% of my business. It's all come back.
Oh,
You know, they tried it because they're
It's
on
like
the other side of
shiny-
town.
Yeah.
like the new
Yeah.
shiny
Yeah.
thing or whatever.
You know, and you hear the same stuff. Oh, they don't do this right, or they're not personable, or they're never
Yeah.
there, or they're this,
Or
they're
the
that.
one lady, she's like, she always watches TV and we have to wait to check out. I'm like, who watches TV when they're at work? But anyway.
yeah, it's the little things.
Yeah. What's the your inventory process? Is it easy to keep stuff on the shelves, or
Now I would say you've streamlined it a lot from where we
In
started.
Kansas, it's all cash on demand. So in Missouri, you get 30-day terms or whatever. So it makes it a little bit easier on your buying. You could, you know, I've got $600,000 worth of inventory in my store, and it's taxing because it's all paid for, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you
so
don't wanna sell
now,
it.
if I'm in Missouri and I got 600, probably 200 of that's borrowed, you know, credit terms, and I
Yeah.
could kind of like a consignment deal at a Ford dealership. You got all these cars on your lot that you're floor planning for them, but if you sell one, you send them their check to Ford, you put the other money in your pocket. This is all mine. You know what I mean? It's like, so theft, things like that you got to worry about. But my computer systems are pretty right on. You know, you do the...
There's a lot of checks and balances in place.
There's a lot of checks and balances that I go through that I've trained my people to input things in, so you know how much you got on hand, how many you sold yesterday, the day before, last week, last month, last year.
Yeah, there's lots of reports to run, and then we have really good vendors as well who will come in and like they have their numbers, like, hey, you sold 14 cases of this last month, it's going to be on sale until this date, how much you want to bring in. Like it's a good back and forth.
I was just moaning to her on the way over. I said that Glazer, one of my bigger people, have 10 of my major products that I sell just tons of going off deep sale, meaning that it's not going to come on sale again till October. So when you're a big store, you don't want to keep changing your prices every other week. So 1 month it could be $142. The next month it's $185. The next month it's $185. Then it keeps going until it comes back to that low price. So
Yeah.
you want to bridge buy from the 142 to when it comes back. Some of these are 30, 40 cases of Tito's, of Crown Royal, of Bacardi. So they're tying up all your money for their business, so you have the floor space, because they can't pay me for shelf space in Kansas like they do in Missouri at grocery stores.
Yeah.
Whatever. Hey, Wonder Bread's taking this shelf and they're going to give you $200,000 for the year to place it eye level, blah blah blah. Because there's a whole marketing theory behind what I do. It's not very sophisticated, but you want the customers to walk through cheaper items to get to the more expensive ones. The other way around, the more expensive items to get to the cheaper ones, so when they come back, a lot of women go pick up their husband's beer. So I have the craft beer on the other side of the store. Sorry. I have the craft beer on the other side, so they have to walk through the wine.
Yeah.
And then I've got a nice special wall. You've seen that wall with the allocation products and stuff like that. So I'll run specials on Father's Day and 10% off, 15% off. I do it. It's like a carnival, shoe carnival.
Spin the wheel.
I was just thinking that too. Yeah. But you don't see yourself doing this much longer.
I'll probably do it till I die.
But you just said you.
I thought
I
you
don't
said
want
you
to,
want
no.
that you wanted to kind of move away
I
from
do.
that.
I do, but I'll still own it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be there much. I'm trying to distance myself now because my manager now, Tony, is just a great guy. He's
We have awesome day and night.
40-something
managers,
years old, and he said, I'd like to own it. You know, if I could. I know I don't have the money that it's going to take, but there's nothing with,
One day,
financing them or doing something. I've done that to other stores, to other people. I don't know. Everybody needs a chance, right?
Because you kind of said your RV.
The RV is
business
my retirement.
Is what you want to do for retirement.
Yeah, if it all works out.
If
Like,
it all
that's what
works
we would
out,
like to
that's-
do.
Okay.
But getting back to that 32 acres that's under contract, I asked the developer who was pricing it out for me. I said, we need to be in the $6 to $7 million range. I need to knock off $1 million off of the cost. He came back and it was $4.5 million higher because of the slope. Anything above 3% slope in the RV world, it's not very conducive to having a nice park because everything's self-leveled. And if you're up,
Well,
your
you have to have
tires
your
are off
RV
the ground
leveled when you're parking.
because your slides won't come out or back in
yeah.
evenly. It's a whole thing. So anyway, they got the geographical map, and there's a lot of rock there. So in order for them to flatten it out or whatever, it's going to be like $4.2 million.
Yeah, so that was like, we're out on that one. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So anyway, we keep looking, but I'm not stuck on one deal. People bring opportunities all the time.
Right.
And I always look at them. My cousin that owns all the places up in Lawrence, he's always sending me snippets of gas stations here, or a restaurant there, or just opportunities, trucking companies or whatever. And if I feel like I just feel like I'm so old now, and I know I'm not old. I'm 54, but I just feel like to be good at something, you've got to put the time into it. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. They're like, oh, you're just successful or whatever. It's no. There's many nights that I've spent, many days that I spent.
When we bought Moonlight, I would work from 9 to 3, and then he would come in and work 3 to 11, which is when we closed because we couldn't afford to pay payroll.
Yeah.
Right.
So we did that for
About
while.
a year and a half.
Yeah.
Until I got, we got everything down and a system streamlined, and people like to see your face. People like to see the owner know that there's some skin in the game.
Right.
They don't just like going to a place like restaurants. There's plenty of great restaurants out there that close every year because the owners start them. They put all the time in. Can you imagine going to Garozzo's if you didn't see Mike Garozzo all the time? I see him
Yeah.
every time I'm at the restaurant. My cousin Jimmy or Frank.
Or even Jasper's the other night.
Jasper's the other night. We went to dinner with our friends on Saturday. Jasper the cook, who owns the joint, was there. His brother Leonard is the maitre d' or whatever you
Yeah,
call
just
him.
a bunch of family. Like, goes to every table, greets everybody.
Thanks for coming in. They
They just
do
create an experience.
They do
Yeah.
the little mozzarella theater where they do the fresh mozzarella with the basil and the tomatoes and stuff, and they do it right at your table.
Cool.
Hey, thanks for coming in. Haven't seen you in a while. To the table behind me,
Yeah.
Probably
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know him from anybody.
Yeah.
But that's the way you do business. That's
Yeah.
the way people remember. That's why a lot of businesses go out today because their kids don't want them. They don't have that same drive, that same work ethic that that the parents had.
You gotta quit saying that because it's not that they don't have a work ethic. It's just
A
different.
different
yes,
work ethic.
But you make it sound like it's a negative. And these
is.
kids that are our kids' age, it's just a different. They're just doing it differently.
Right.
It's not a better or worse than.
Different. different.
It's different. Yeah, they're still accomplishing things. It's just in a different way.
Yeah. Do you guys do any online ordering?
No.
Because
You can
I
call
heard
me.
it's a thing.
You could call me and I'll get your order
It
ready.
is a thing, but you
Okay.
have to have like a designated person answering the phones, doing that, getting the order together. And then also they frequently want you to bring it out to the car. It's just
Why do I want to bring it out to the... I'll bring it out to the car for you, but I want you in my store.
yeah.
I want you to buy A, B, and C and then pick up a bag of chips or a Coke
I
or
ate all
something.
the chips today. There's no more chips to sell. I did.
Or whatever.
right?
I want
Yeah.
you in
That
the
makes
store.
sense. Yeah, you're right.
That's why I don't do drive-thrus either.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask. Yeah, because I know there's some liquor stores that do drive-throughs, but I mean, of course they're not. They don't think like you. You know.
I want everybody's last penny that they're going to spend on that product. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
you're going to have a party and you're spending $1,000, I want every penny of it. I don't want you going to Walmart to get your dishes or your napkins or
We
your...
sell a lot of things.
Or your alcohol.
Yeah, well, we have like martini shakers and cups and paper goods.
Now I'm
and,
fighting that battle with the
and all
grocery
that
stores
stuff.
again.
Right. Oh, okay.
You know, they want beer or they want wine and spirits, and you know we don't want to give that to them for another. We have a handshake deal for another 5 or 6 years.
They
We
just
fought
get to
that
play
battle.
by different rules. Like they have like 18-year-olds working at Walmart Price Chopper. We can't have 18-year-olds working at our store. You know, like it's just like very different. They get to buy things in
If
cheaper.
you get caught in a sting operation to where you're selling to a minor, does the whole grocery store get shut down?
because we get shut down.
We get shut
You
down.
know, it's one of those. It's just been like
yeah.
it's been really to the detriment of small business owners.
And it's costed me a fortune for lobbyists in Topeka. There's a coalition of about 27 of us, bigger stores that have the same lobbyist, and we pay our dues to them him every year to fight that battle. We also have another lobbyist that works kind of for the 755 licensees, stores. And the next step I'm trying to get through is that instead of having a new store open up, a license has to be available. No more licenses. Some states have licenses where if I want to go buy a store in Colorado, somebody has to sell me a license. And then I could either close that store down and move it to where I need it to go or stay and run their store as my own now. So there's a price tag on the licenses, maybe a couple $100,000.
That's not the case. He's
That's
saying
not the
that's
case.
what he would like
I
to
want
happen.
that to be because, like I said, these people are opening up stores across from each other, cutting each other's throat. Now, the distributors don't want more stores because it's not giving you more revenue. It's just taking a bigger piece of the pie. All you're doing is splitting hairs, for lack of better terms. You're getting the same $10,000, but 5's coming from them, 5's coming from him, and then you open another store. Now it's three. It's just
Yeah.
There's a lot of things wrong with it, but there's also a lot of things right in the state of Kansas, trying to keep mom and pop in business,
Okay.
keeping the Quick Trips and the Price Choppers and the Dillons at bay.
Okay. Interesting.
How do you guys build customer loyalty?
Like early on, we used to do things like customer appreciation days, and we would like grill Italian sausages in the parking lot, all that. Like when we were building the business. Now I think like in Gardner in particular, we've been there
18 years.
18 years. It's just like you just get a reputation of like they do things the right way. Their prices stay competitive. Like we're
I had
always
loyalty
nice.
programs called Belly Points to where I'd give T-shirts
It's like
away.
a chopper
I was going to
card.
ask about the
I
t-shirts.
make my
yeah.
own stuff. So I used
Yeah.
to have a guy that made all my stuff for me. And then about 12 years ago, I got into doing my own shirts. Yeah,
Yeah.
sweatshirts because I
Yeah.
could get them cheap.
Yeah.
I went through all the hassle of getting accounts set up for T-shirts and sweatshirts and
Yeah.
whatever. And then I bought some vinyl cutters and I did some things. Hours and hours I did. I'd give T-shirts away for $3.
Remember our
That's what they
our
cost me.
volleyball?
Yes. That's what I
Oh,
was there.
the sparks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So-
we had little pink ones that were glittery for something. I can't remember.
And she'd always get so mad because I'd put the
Volleyball,
logo on them.
maybe.
It was volleyball. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And then when high school
Yeah, because they
comes
were
around,
little kids. They was like 7 years old, and he would make the T-shirts for the sports team that say Moonlight Liquor on the back. I'm like, you can't do that. He's
Chico's bail bonds.
he's
As
like,
long as
the,
Moonlight is really big and
it's
like,
like
come
the
on.
parents think it's funny. I'm like, but only some of them think it's funny.
Yeah,
only
it
the
could
ones
say-
that like
it
us
said
think it's funny.
Moonlight, and then liquor's real fine
Yeah.
and small.
Yeah, but as far as the loyalty goes, I think we did do a couple of the loyalty programs, but our customers up there, they just prefer like what we do over like scanning their card or putting in their phone number. Like, I mean, we give away so much stuff. Like, and we always have drawings and we always have tastings. Like this
Yeah, I was
week,
gonna ask about
Friday,
that too.
Saturday, well, like Friday we're tasting, sampling all the THC infused products. So you come and do that. Next day we're having like seltzers and a craft beer. Like we just do stuff like that continually.
Because now they have
Did-
the big store. That
does
Total
it-
Wine came in town.
Okay. Does it contribute
Oh.
to your sales though? When you after you?
Yeah, it definitely contributes
She
to like
contributes to the sales.
customer loyalty for sure. It contributes to, and I think so because like our average customer who comes in, if they sample something, they like it, they're going to buy it just because they're like decent people and they know that like, oh, they're taking the time to pay all this money to do the samplings, to have the product, and if I like it, they'll buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and typically in addition to whatever they came in for.
And then when she's in there, remember that dollar I'm trying to get? If they have a $30 budget for the day, they'll walk out spending $50 because she'll put other bottles. You know, try this one instead of this yellowtail. Try this. Or
Like life's
this.
way too short to drink bad wine. don't buy that.
Even
So-
though you have it on the shelf, you said don't buy it.
Well, you
Well,
gotta- yeah.
For
Here's
an
the
extra
deal.
dollar or so.
And I'm not doing it for the extra dollar like he is. I'm doing it because,
Okay.
like, and I don't try to upsell anybody for the money aspect. I try to do it for, like, mainly it's women my age. It's like, you've never tried this one that's $4 higher, and believe me, you're going to have a way better experience for an extra $4. You know, it's like wine in particular. It's like they haven't tried them to know.
Yeah.
There's a significant
Yeah.
difference between,
Yeah.
I haven't
Thanks.
figured out the wine thing yet.
I could help you.
Yeah.
I did recently. Like, when did we go to Napa? Last fall?
A couple years, 2 years
When you
ago.
taste a Camus or a Austin Hope or some of these $200, $300, $400 bottles, oh my goodness.
I don't try to sell anybody
Okay.
this.
I like church wine.
I don't try to.
That's good shit.
You like the Welch's?
Yeah,
Welch's
yeah. Is that what it is?
Carlo Rossi.
I supply St. Joseph's Church, not ours, but the one in Gardner.
Oh, you do.
all their
I don't
wine.
try to upsell like that. I'm saying if it's the difference between a $15 bottle and a $23 bottle, and I know 100% that they are going to love this bottle,
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
just try it.
Yeah.
And I'm not above like giving somebody a bottle of wine and saying, coming back, let me know how you feel about it. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Which is against the law.
Well, I pay
Is it
for
really?
it. I pay for it
And
still,
against my
just not
policy.
have the
Oh, okay.
that my name's on the
Against
store.
Joe's law.
Well, and it is Jamie's store. So
Oh, okay. Is that down in the fine print?
no,
Jamie's
not really.
store?
I never.
No,
do
it's in
anything.
the bold print.
Yeah,
He
it's
does.
but you know what? Joe does. He does.
I'm joking though. He does 100%
Say
of
it's your
everything
store.
at the store. I'm just my name is just.
I don't
legally on the
own anything,
documents.
nor have I gotten a paycheck in the last 20 years. So she's on the hook for everything. And I mean everything, prison time and all. I'm the innocent spouse. I know nothing.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to open a liquor store?
Don't do it. We don't need any more competitors.
That's a good
Go
one.
find something else.
Yes.
Whether it be a liquor store or a bike shop or anything, you've got to have passion behind it. You've got to do it, and you've got to be involved in it. You got to know everything about it.
Got to
Now,
do your research.
You got to do
right?
your research, and you got to know your competitors. You got to know prices. You've got to be very knowledgeable because customers will ask you 1,000 questions.
And basically show up and work your own business.
Yeah, what's a single malt Scotch? What's a mix of this or that? Or, and a lot of times I just like Chardonnay. I didn't know what all that's. Just it sits in a barrel longer. It's oaky. It's this. It's
Joe
that.
lies to a lot of customers
Yeah.
about wine, and he'll be like,
I mean, that's
"Jamie,
just like the cigar business. You know.
we
I
sell
sell a
cigars
lot of
too."
cigars.
Okay.
They
has
used to give
your
them to me to
humidor-
smoke them, and I would get sick as a dog because I don't know how to smoke. I guess I don't know. I would try these cigars, and
You'd be
everyone
good
tasted
at,
like the other one.
marijuana.
I've done that before too. I don't really do. I don't
Do-
smoke much marijuana, but I
Okay.
mean it's okay.
Edibles are okay.
Edibles. I don't do edibles either. I just
But with our humidor, we have a walk-in humidor.
Yeah.
So okay, so you guys do have a walk-in humidor. Okay.
you've been in it.
Have I?
Yeah.
No.
Are you smoking weed?
You sell it?
No, we do not.
We do not sell weed. We sell weed-infused products. However, the humidor is about,
It's just like a little closet.
like a little
Yeah.
closet. It's got, obviously, I built it myself. Cedar walls, the whole deal.
You see my humidor? Amanda, can you hold up that jar right next to you?
Oh boy.
That's my humidor.
Oh, that's cute.
Thanks.
I like it.
Yeah.
You even got a little deal in there to keep them.
Yeah, try to keep them, fresh.
There you go.
Sometimes it's just I've never had any luck with just the box humidors. I don't know. I just don't know how to take care of them. Then I forget.
Do you smoke them
And-
frequently?
I try.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a cigar shop up in the Strawberry Hill,
Yep.
the Shop Cigar Lounge. Have you been in it?
I've seen it.
It's nice.
Like I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
We need to go, Joe.
But
But he
Joe
won't
said
smoke
he
them.
doesn't like to smoke cigars.
You don't have to smoke. You can just watch me smoke.
He can just hang out and watch.
That sounds fun. So, going back to what I
I'll
would
blow
tell
smoke in
them
your face.
is just, it doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
Success is never an overnight deal, especially sustained, consistent success. You got to put the time in, just like anything.
Yeah.
They used to tell me it takes 10,000 hours to make you a good the baseball
ball
term.
player. Yeah.
You got to put your 10,000 hours in. That's usually by the time you're a senior in high school, if you play baseball regularly. Same as business. You got to put the time in. You got to know the process.
Put in the work.
You got to make sure that the right people are in place, that the products are all.
Be willing to pivot when it doesn't work.
Be willing to try different things.
True.
And her and I couldn't be further apart on risk taking. Now that I'm getting older, it's a little less because I don't have as much time to recover. But I would, if I see an opportunity, I'm there. Whether I've lost money, gained money, it's a crapshoot, right? She is calculated, and what are we going to do if this happens? I don't know. Let's wait till it happens. What if it never happens? I'm the what if it never happens guy. It's going to happen. So you've got to weigh all that stuff. But usually if you keep your head down and you don't worry about other people, you mind your own business, and you keep on that path that you're on, because I totally 100% bet on myself every day of the week, because I know what I'm about. I know what I could give. I know what I got. And then I got her to back me up.
So you guys are great business partners.
Yeah.
You balance each other out.
I don't know that we're great. It works.
She always says, I'm going to quit. I can't stand you. I can't. I'm like, I get it.
No, I tell him that I'm filing sexual harassment lawsuits all the time. And he's like, to who? I was like, HR.
I am HR. Right?
JS.
Yeah.
But anyway, she, it's just,
We're just very different. Like,
we are. But I couldn't have
I
been.
overthink and you underthink, and we somehow meet in the middle.
Somehow works
I
out.
think I think
it works.
it's a good match.
It works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a blessing for me they always say successful people have somebody behind them, usually a parent or a spouse. I've had a spouse that's taken care of everything other than the business at hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I need her, like today,
Yeah.
hey, can you work today? This was last night. Can you work tomorrow? Yeah. Okay. But raising my kids, taking care of my house, taking care of food, taking care of customers, Jamie, I didn't get to go to the bank.
And-
okay, I'll go.
Yeah, and at the same time, taking care of mom. She took care of
Took
mom.
care of my mom, so we didn't have to put her in a home. And my real sisters, her didn't have to be bothered.
Right.
Okay.
They're gonna hear this, I'm sure. They stayed their distance and let Jamie do it.
Oh, they
Yeah.
all helped. It's
Oh,
just,
absolutely helped the last week.
Yeah.
So yeah,
they
The last
didn't
week.
stop. Yes, everybody did their part. She just stayed with us, so it was easier
they
for me
did
to.
their part, and I'm half-ass making a joke, but that was nice for my mom to be able to stay with us
Right.
for that time. I'm wanting to strangle her half the time, just because
Yeah.
she was a lot of fun, but she's like me, very outgoing, very
Opinionated.
opinionated.
No
So-
filter.
No, that's the key.
Filter.
I don't have a filter. I've never had a filter.
Right.
It's gotten me in some hot water.
It makes me sweat.
It
a
makes
lot,
her-
like
Yeah.
in public.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh
I
my
know.
God. Because he doesn't realize like the things that he says. I'm looking like, how do you not know that that's not okay to say? He's like, what? Like, truly does not process that
Right.
whatever he's saying is like either
Because I
one-
don't have any
either
ill will
one
behind what I
weird
say.
or just
There's-
like not appropriate.
I made a comment earlier about he's Mexican.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything to me, and I could see her kind of tense up, like, well,
No, I
You're
don't.
Mexican. What do you want me to do? You're still my friend. It's not
Because
like
he calls anybody who's not Italian Peckerwoods and this and that. Like,
Just white people.
Come
he
on,
says,
you guys walked into the house. The first thing Joe says, "What the hell's going on? We got a car lot out here with all these cars in your
What are we,
driveway?"
Mexican or Asian? What's going on here?
he like does not think about anything that he says because in
Right.
his world you're either
On board or you're
American
not.
or you're Italian. That's his brain. You're either an American or you're an Italian. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. You're an American. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. Like, it's just weird.
Regardless, I don't have any ill will or intent behind anything I say. It's usually for fun, and
He comes with a disclaimer.
whatever. It is what it is.
So, how many businesses would you say? You said you've had lots of different opportunities, different things that did not make it.
They've all had a certain degree of success, I would
And
say.
I've caught a lot of breaks. Like I
We
had
had a Sprint PCS store.
well, we didn't have a Sprint PCS store. We had a pager and cell phone store back in the 90s.
Yeah,
Oh.
And Sprint came along and bought that and made it their first Sprint PCS.
right. But we still owned it then.
So
Yeah.
hit that button.
Which one?
Cha-ching,
Yay.
cha-ching, cha-ching.
All right, let's go.
So these are
I want to scare Jamie.
I know. Well, the one is just real loud.
these
and
are all
I'm sorry.
now you got to remember these are all building blocks, right? So there I went to a armed I had a car detailing business, of course.
Oh.
Of course.
And then I had a armed and unarmed security guard business that I ended up selling for nice cash. And then the liquor store, then another liquor store, another liquor store.
We had a dent
Did you-
business, a
did-
dent removal.
Did you
like
have a valet
dent-
valet parking,
No.
or you worked for a valet?
I worked for a
You
valet
worked.
back
Yeah.
when
Okay,
I was
that's
in
right.
high school.
Oh, okay. That's
For
what it was.
He also worked at a
The
Subway
Capitals.
and got fired for eating all their food.
We'd eat the raw cookie dough. They gave me the key to this joint. I'm in junior
He's
college.
like, "What do you expect? I was a fat kid. I ate all the food."
I never said fat kid, Jamie.
Oh, sorry. I thought you did.
But anyway, I've done things and sold them and so
The dent removal business was the one that probably was the least successful.
I ended up selling that thing. I bought all these tools, went out to California with a couple of guys that I wanted to train, and they came back. I guess they were making too much money every
Yeah.
week. $1,500 a week, $2,000 a week, and yeah, couldn't find that they
we couldn't
quit.
find anybody to work it.
So I'd send
Yeah.
another kid out to California to learn the trade, and
yeah, that
your-
was
your
a bust.
cousin.
That was a bust.
right.
Yeah.
Well, no, I sold it to Dent Wizard out of St. Louis. I guess that
That's
was
a
the
thing,
name of
huh?
the game back then. Yeah.
Huh.
And then got out of that stuff and just started focusing on bigger and better. And
Remember when he bought the kids that snow cone truck?
I bought a snow cone truck. I don't know if you remember
I
it.
don't remember that. The kids were little, and we come home and we're like, "Why is there a snow cone truck in our driveway?" And Maya's like, "Oh my god!" And he bought it so that he could teach them how to work and have a business, and take it to sporting events on the weekend. Like they're playing in all the sporting events on the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm not standing
So,
in a snow cone
Who's
truck.
driving this
It was a
vehicle?
pull behind
It was
trailer.
a pull behind trailer.
Oh.
So what
And he
what
wanted me
happened?
to work it. I was like, "I'm not."
So
I'm
what
not
happened
doing
was
that.
Maya
Uh-huh.
had kids down the block lined up giving away snow cones. Giving away snow cones.
Oh.
Yeah, so that wasn't profitable, but that was never intended to be. That was more like to teach the kids how to like
Yes,
run their own
a
business.
lesson,
It
yeah.
wasn't a. It wasn't.
We
a good
were at
lesson.
we were in Dallas at an amusement park, Six Flags, and I saw the Aloha
Oh, Kona ice truck.
Kona ice
Oh,
trucks.
uh-huh.
And I go, I'm getting that. I'm getting one of those. So
But
I got
we
home.
We got the pull behind trailer version.
right.
Yeah.
I'm same premise.
It was cute though, and had all the stuff inside.
I bought a big generator and fixed it all up real nice and
Then we sold it.
sold it
Yeah.
to some teacher out in Spring Hill or something, and she still has it, and she still does events and stuff and does
Oh,
well with it.
okay.
Yeah.
And then the liquor stores I
Yeah.
bought and sold, and shit, I had one store called Grand Slam that I opened, bought and sold 3 different times, made more money
Move
buying and
locations.
selling it than I did ever owning it. And anyway, so that just happened.
And so, do you think you got this from your dad? He was an entrepreneur like that? No, this
No.
is
Got
all
it out of
you.
necessity because he can't work for anybody
I
else.
have an
True.
attention span of a
True.
gerbil.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, over there? Okay, over there. So I just see opportunity.
I know. I think I need to turn this off, Joe, because
Yeah.
you keep staring at this light.
Is that a flux capacitor?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I'm into is 80s movies. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Back to the Future,
The Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club, and all those.
And
the
he just
movies.
discovered.
Stupid, no good son of a bitch.
He just
we love that scene.
discovered free TV.
So there's free TV on my smart TV.
You would think that this was like Christmas. He goes, "Oh my God, I just discovered free TV."
But you got to sit through the commercials, but you get every movie that you used to not be able to watch as a kid because you had to sneak away to watch like Skinamax and all this. Where you could see a little bit of nipple.
remember that channel we would turn to and it'd be all fuzzy, but you could still see
You can
something.
still-
Yeah.
I think
There's
that's a
something
boob.
there. There's something there. Yeah, I remember that. I don't know if
See,
she's
I told you
upside
I'm not the
down.
only one that
Yeah.
did that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's like, "You're so weird." I'm like, I used to read a lot. I used to read a lot of books. I quit reading books for whatever reason and started getting into the podcasts and the books, audio books. So about, I don't know, once a month, twice a month, there'll be a new book on my nightstand.
Oh yeah.
She'll get done reading them and hopes that I just keep putting them in my drawer. She keeps hoping that I'm going to start reading again, but I just, man, I'll read 4 pages
It's-
and I'm sleeping.
We are so similar, Joe. I tell you, I have 4 books sitting over there that have been gifts from people, and I read about 6 pages, and I'm like,
And I would have all 4 read by the end of the night.
yeah. Sandy has read the books that I have too,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
She could read.
can
and
you read it to me?
My,
You know?
my cousin was cracking up. She was in town from Montana about a month ago, and he was telling her about these books, and I was like, I just want you to read a book. And he was just like, why? I don't understand. I'm like, it's just like a normal thing to do.
I don't know. I just,
Yeah.
like,
No.
You
I
know,
don't
this podcasting for me, taking notes, doing research, I get so excited when I run out of ink in a pen. This pen.
Did you just run out?
This pen, no, this pen right here. I like the color of this pen.
Yeah, I
but
do too.
I've put new cartridge. This is like the 5th cartridge.
So you do your own form of.
I do
like-
my own research
yeah,
and stuff
like
like
you're-
that. Yeah,
you're
so
a
I
journaler.
wrote so much. I
Yeah.
wrote more now than I did in high school.
You're a journalist.
It's
So
just
this is
crazy.
your hobby, as
Yeah.
t-shirt making and crafting and stuff was mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Doing my t-shirts and stuff. I probably spent $50,000 on just wasted vinyl, practice stuff. But I didn't mind it until she started going, "Hey, the team needs," or that she started making it a job for me
Yeah.
and wanting me to charge people money, and I'm like, "I'm out. You're
Yeah.
giving me a job. I
And
don't
he
want
also,
another job."
in his creative spirit, I gave him, during football season, I gave him a yellow sweatshirt.
Yeah.
I said, just do a red heart and put KC in it. I get this back with a picture of Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes screen printed across the front with like all kinds of weird words. I was
So
like,
now I think I told
and
you.
I just walked over and threw it in the trash. I'm like, I will never wear that. Like, never will I wear that.
You threw it away.
Yeah. I did it right in front of you in the kitchen.
And
It was stupid.
so
and
anyway,
ruined
you
the
know
shirt.
that heart design,
Yeah.
Charlie Hustle brand.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I started Charlie Hustle.
You did not.
Chase McAnulty.
He used to work for us.
And I hope you're watching on TV, Charlie Hustle. He worked for me.
Woo! Shots fired.
Yeah, absolutely. Shots fired.
Where are my shots?
He started working for me
Uh huh.
at the store over at 119th to Quivira. Always daydreaming, always on the computer. Chase, would you please work? Yeah. Hey, can I borrow 2,000? Why, Chase? Well, because I'm getting some T-shirt designs. He was always doing like Phi Slamma Jamma shirts, but he never had the rights to anybody to do KU stuff or what. But he'd always make these shirts, just one-offs. Okay, I'll give you the money. Give him the money. Hey, can I borrow 1,500? Can I borrow another 2,000? So it got up to a large number. Chase, what are you going to do? Well, I need to quit. What do you mean you need to quit, Chase? You owe me $10,000, $11,000.
I don't
Yeah.
think it was that much.
It was like $10,700
Regardless.
something dollars. Anyway, so he quits. I promise I'll pay you back. Okay, Chase, I believe you. I got a big shipment from China, T-shirt stuff coming in. I don't talk to Chase for 4 months. I call him on occasion. Chase, you got my money? No. Just wait. Nothing. That Casey Hart comes out. Chase McAnulty owns Charlie Hustle brand, blah, blah, blah. He's making a bunch of dough. Doesn't take my phone call. Opens a store down the plaza. Finally, I emailed whatever number, the customer service number, and somebody responded to me that wasn't Chase.
Mm-hmm.
I said, tell Chase, it's Joe Spinello,
I want my money.
I want my money, and if I have to come down and go and get it or embarrass you at the Negro Leagues Museum or wherever you're doing a sign or
Right.
whatever, I'll do
Yeah.
it. Chase called me the next day. He said, I'm so sorry. I haven't gotten them. I said, you obviously got this message on a big social platform on your website. So obviously you've been getting my phone calls.
Yeah.
He's successful. He's very successful. He paid me back. Saw him at a KU basketball game. We must have got the tickets from the same guy or whatever. Kind of. He didn't know whether I was going to be mean to him or whatever.
Well, he's
I
a
just
great guy.
Hey, he's a great kid. I
Yeah.
said, hi, Chase. I heard you had a baby. Yeah, I had a baby, blah, blah, blah. Then I called him last year to see if he'd sponsor something for my daughter at Tampa. You know, they got those NIL deals now. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was out of his he's a regional guy, I guess,
Oh.
with those T-shirts. I thought it was national, but he does the regional stuff. But now he's moving slowly and surely into whatever. But I tell her and everybody else that I'm the one that started that brand.
Which is totally not true. And that's not accurate at all. Like, he did loan him some money to get his business going. It did take him a while to pay back. However, Chase is very like successful in his own right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything different about that. He's successful though because of me.
Yeah.
Because you gave him the money to start the business.
I gave him the freedom to not work while he was
Oh,
getting paid,
that's right.
while he was daydreaming all the time and not mopping the floors and not stocking the shelves. But I saw that Chase was going to be successful.
Yeah. Okay.
So I kind of gave him and another guy, David Ferran,
Maya just talked to him.
he's in the elevator business, which there's a lot of ups and downs in that
He
business.
Oh, yeah.
really likes
I'm
to
sure
try
there
to
is.
use that joke as frequently as possible.
Those two boys in particular, I knew were going to be pretty successful. So
Here, I give you this for that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have passed this on to AJ because AJ was doing his own little business, right? When he
Yeah.
was in school.
So we
AJ
used to own a vending company too, like vending
yeah.
machines.
Yeah. Right. Didn't he
Forgot
kind
about
of?
that.
Yeah.
And then when he was in college,
Yeah.
created his own. He and Davion were business
Uh-huh.
partners, and they did a vending company together. And it was they ended up selling it for a decent amount of money. And
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, he's.
I made the mistake of telling AJ that I didn't think he had what it took to be an entrepreneur. I just thought he was going to be a corporate guy because he's very regimented, likes the routine, should have been in the military probably.
he just has discipline.
He has discipline. I have zero discipline. I have he's got an attention span. He's
Can
got
you quit hitting the microphone?
discipline. He wouldn't have hit it 18 times, right?
No.
So anyway, I think he took that to heart and he started a
prove you
vending
wrong.
company, and I thought, okay,
And
whatever.
he didn't love it, but he did it, and it was good. And, he
And when they sold it,
he and
he was
Davion
like-
learned how to be
That's
business
good.
people, and
Yeah.
they worked it all themselves. They
Okay.
they got some really nice accounts in Columbia, like big like a linen place that did all the hospital laundry and stuff like that, like really large accounts.
But
and
when
it was
something good would happen, he'd call me and say, "Hey, Pop, this is what." I'm like, "That's fantastic. I didn't think you had it in you."
Yeah.
He's like, "I know you didn't." Yeah, but it has passed down through the kids, I think. I don't know if knowledge has, but they see
Yeah.
Dad doing his thing and not paying attention to everybody else. The kids do the same. They probably do it to you. Well, this person has what? This person has this, or their house is that. Sometimes they got into that little Johnson County, I call it, habit.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. We don't do that stuff. We worry about ourselves. If we can, we do. If we can't, oh well. It doesn't
Right.
matter. Things don't make or break you,
Yeah.
Your family, things
Yes.
like that. And
Yeah.
when my mom died, we kind of got a little family scuffle. Not my immediate family, but my sister and whatever.
So
And
we have to have a strong base to bring it back together.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been trying to get that all
Yeah.
back together and stuff like that, because really at the end of the day, what do you got? A parking lot full of cars
Yeah.
with your family. That's it. Businesses come and go.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
family comes and goes, obviously, but that's who's got your
Yeah.
back.
You know how sad I would be if all I saw
Empty.
was my our vehicle in a
I
She
in
says
say
the
the
same
same thing.
stuff.
So I
In,
get up in the
basketball
morning
goal.
and I want to bitch because I go to bed and I make sure everything's clean and I wake up and the kitchen has stuff all over it, and I catch myself every time being like, no, that means there's people here, and that's a
Yeah.
good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do wish they could put their own dishes in the dishwasher, but regardless,
Or pay for something on occasion.
Yeah, there you go.
I make sure to not say things too frequently because
Right.
it's like this is why we built a huge house, is because we want you guys to come back, not
Yeah.
to live there, but to stay, have
Yeah.
holidays, all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
And it's the same thing for us as well.
We
You know,
love
we love when the kids
big
are all
families, yep.
back. We love when families in town. It's all good.
Well,
I'm
you
not gonna
guys
charge
have
them
4 kids, too.
$29.99 like you said earlier, but it's
But we are a lot alike, Italians and Mexicans.
Yeah.
Spanish. What do you Latinos?
Hell, our flag's even the same color.
Just opposite direction. Yeah, Joe
Yeah.
has your flag on his arm instead of his own.
It's not. It's just this way instead of this
The
way.
person that did the tattoo, instead of doing it that way, did it this way. I go, why'd you get the
And what's
Mexican
funny is
flag on
there
your
was
arm?
5 of us that have these tattoos.
Yeah, 5 Italian guys that
Might
have
as
the
well-
Mexican flag on
Well,
their arm.
hell, might as well put the eagle
Three
on
on
the
the head.
cactus right there. Yeah.
Go for it.
Anyway.
Isn't that funny? I was like, wow. Okay.
But yeah, you're right. Family is very
yeah.
important.
I know a new tattoo artist that's coming around the corner, and she's doing a hell of a job so far.
Ooh, my girls love tattoos.
Ileana's doing tattoos.
Is
Really?
Yep.
What a great business to be in right now.
Right. She's starting off.
Where's she working?
She's not home.
Oh, like learning to do it right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Yep. She'll be using all of us as her canvas. Mido's
to-
already got 2.
I'll have
and-
to tell Sophia. She has 2 already.
Does she
and
have the
we can put
equipment?
again. We can put that eagle on
Yes.
the cactus.
Wow.
Right on your arm.
Right. Yeah.
She's
That's
doing
exciting.
Like an internship.
a
Right.
like an internship
with
with
the tattoo artist.
on the
Very
west
cool.
side.
Well,
Yeah.
she like had art skills before that, didn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah. She's
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
really good
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
art. So
I just wanted
That's
a
amazing.
teardrop.
yeah, we can do that.
Doesn't that mean you killed somebody in prison?
Yeah. How many do you want?
I don't want any. I was just trying to make a joke, but nobody's laughing.
No.
Here, fuck. I'll help you out.
There we go. We need to just carry that around for Joe whenever his jokes fall flat.
All right. Well, I know we've gone a little too long. I hope you guys are okay with this. But...
Yeah, we don't have anything going on.
Okay. So that next
Mario.
we're getting ready to go to our next. But okay. Well,
I might need
we're
a
almost okay.
snack, but other than that, I'm good.
But okay, first, this has been a lot of fun, but we're gonna have some more fun. Joe, you see these little tags right here, the hands. One's for you, and one's for her. Let me see. You guys got to switch. You got to switch. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so what I have here is this is who's most likely to. So if it's Joe, you just pointed at him. If it's her, you pointed at her, right?
Or
so
if it's you, you show me.
Yeah, and if it's you, yeah. So like this first one, who is most likely to try a new food?
Both.
Yeah, would no. If
She
I had like crickets, would you eat them?
I want it.
I'm very traditional. I like
Yeah, what-
I
you
like
wanna
my
try-
Mexican food and my Italian food.
Of course.
She
So
likes
neither
to
one
try
of
Red,
us.
white, green, green, white, red. We stick together, Joe.
Paddles down. Neither one of us?
Try something new.
Would you
Try new food?
would you try a cricket?
That's not a food.
Yeah,
It
is.
is.
It's protein.
And it's the most sustainable protein that they have now.
I'm not going to eat a cricket. No.
Okay.
Okay.
You sure?
Let me see that little box. Let me see that. No, I got the little
No,
box
that's
right
not
there.
happening.
The little box
I
right there
won't
by the
eat it.
hats. Let me show Joe this. Check these out.
Eat one, Joe.
I'll eat one with you, Joe. Hey, they're good.
What does
It's
that prove?
It just proves that you can eat anything you want.
I can eat anything I don't want to eat
Oh,
this.
well, son of a...
Do you want to eat a cricket?
I said I would not eat a cricket.
Okay, so-
And I will not drive in a Waymo.
See how...
Crickets are out.
All right, no filter, Joe. Got you.
I am the no.
I won't eat a goldfish. I won't eat a worm. Shit that you're not supposed to eat. I'm not eating.
You can eat those, though.
You can, but I don't have a necessity or a,
Not
a
even just for
need.
fun.
No.
No.
I'm with you, Joe.
I'm 54 years
Nope.
old.
Stop saying that, Joe, because I'm 54 too, and you're making me feel old.
Now, if we were destitute,
On
we're living
Survivor.
yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
Okay,
and
let's act like
afraid.
we are there at that stage.
No.
Let's not do naked and afraid.
Oh yeah, right.
Because I will
Because
be
if you
afraid.
saw me naked, you'd be afraid.
How about to travel to a foreign country solo?
Both of you would.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done it?
No, but like I'll go to. I mean, I know
You
it's
lived
not a
in
foreign country.
Brazil.
I
Did
don't
you?
live there? I went there and stayed there for a while, but that wasn't by myself. But regardless,
Who
like
was it with,
I'll
Jenny?
go to.
I thought I was the only guy you ever dated.
With the whole group. Anyway, I would like I'll go to Tampa and spend a couple weeks there by myself, which I know is not a foreign country, but like we'll both do things independently.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good with that.
It's cool.
Yeah.
How about to have a secret talent? You guys
Huh?
have a secret talent?
I was gonna say you.
I think she might. I think she hides a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I think she suppresses things because every once in a
What
while
kind
she'll
of
surprise
talent
me.
would I have?
Well, I don't know. You show me a lot of talent. However, sometimes she'll pop up with something. I'm like, what's going on here?
You're like, how'd you pick that up with no hands? That kind of stuff.
What? She's got these toes that get after it.
Ooh,
But no,
nice.
I think it would be you. I don't remember the
She
question.
thinks you.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's cool. Fall asleep while watching a movie.
Oh God. 5 minutes in, I'm out. It can be the best movie ever made, and I'm out.
We're watching a series right now called The Pacific.
Which is from 2010, by the way. It's not new.
Okay.
We're on the 7th episode. I don't think she's watched a full one yet.
Nope.
It's just the music comes on, the lights go down, and she's.
I'm usually holding a dog in a blanket. And it's
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
That's
out.
your, that's your nap time.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
But I like movies. I just don't stay awake for them.
Who remembers birthdays?
No, me, 100%.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. I have to message him. It's your sister's birthday. Make sure you send her a message.
Yeah.
Not
I
his-
remember
not
our
his
anniversary.
sisters.
January 30th is our anniversary, and for whatever reason, I remember that. Never forget it.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
good
so
for
then-
you, Joe.
Well, I mean,
So AJ's getting married right
day
about the same
after.
time you
31st,
guys.
yeah.
Day
Okay.
after, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of today's hours,
Oh, happy anniversary.
Thank
how
you.
long's it been?
31.
31.
Gosh, and you
And you
guys,
guys
are
were
spending
spending
it
it
with
with us.
us.
Yeah.
How sweet.
That's why this is a special episode.
I would have brought you flowers had I known.
That, or I don't know if my husband remembered it was today and just scheduled
I
the
remembered.
podcast.
I remember.
And he's still,
I
and he's
just
still
wanted it to
scheduled
be
it.
special.
Yeah.
Wanted to be special with the Spinellos.
So you chose people that you know that
Yeah.
we've known each other for a long time.
You're gonna make me tear up. So.
Aww.
To be the jokester.
Oh, we know that
Oh, yeah.
answer.
Of course.
I just met him and I was like,
Yeah.
The one to hang out with to have more fun.
He's way more fun than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to be poked and literally poked and prodded and drunk and all of it.
I enjoy her company.
Thank you, Sandy.
She just likes different things. She likes different things. She does like to go to a ball game now. She does like to do a lot of sports stuff
Cool.
that I'm interested in, but I don't want to go to the museum. I've never been to the Nelson Atkins Art Museum.
Seriously? Really?
I went to Kaleidoscope when I was a kid,
That doesn't count.
but she takes the kids to all these
Well,
culturally
not now. They're grown-ups. But
right.
when they were
But you
little.
still
But
can.
yeah.
No, I know, but when they were little.
Yeah,
You
Like,
would take 'em.
you expose them to all those things.
yeah,
Yeah.
like he does not enjoy like
Yeah. The Nelson's pretty
theater
cool.
and
Yeah,
things
so
like
you
that.
had to do it by yourself.
Yeah, my mom would go with
Oh,
me a
okay,
lot too,
yeah.
and my mom. I feel like she kind of like co-parented when they were little.
Thanks.
How about who's most likely to lie?
Yeah.
Yeah. um, to put their foot in their mouth.
Oh God! Come on, are you joking? Like daily occurrence.
To be the first to apologize after a disagreement.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
And I'm usually not wrong. I just do it because it makes things nicer.
To forget important dates. Because the birthdays was one of those, yeah.
Yeah. The running joke is my birthday, our anniversary, Christmas. Any gift giving holiday, he's like, "Oh yeah, your card's in my visor," which
In my
there's
car.
never been a card in the
I
visor.
haven't gotten.
I'm
her
going to
to-
go get it, and then that's when you take
No,
off.
I've never gotten a birthday, Christmas, like never got a gift. How do you feel about yourself now, Mr. Jokester?
Not very good. Not very good.
Yeah.
If you had a cricket deal on there, that would be the time to play the cricket noise.
I got crickets to eat.
I don't give her gifts because and this is how my mind works, and I'm very sorry for this. I have the greatest of intentions, and then I keep thinking about these.
There you
A
go.
little late now. I have the greatest of intentions, and every time I start to, it's going to be great, it's going to be this, I can't take the first step to get there.
The paralysis by analysis.
So I just say, screw it, and then I tell her, you get whatever you want anyway. If you see a pair of shoes that you want, you're like, hey, I'll buy them.
But you know that it was nice if somebody picks out something meaningful for you. And yeah, I said the one year, I'm like, my birthday doesn't change. He's like, well, it sneaks up on me. I was like, it has been the same date for over 50 years. It's like, it's not like it's
It's so close
You
to
know.
Christmas, I just like to bunch it all together.
with nothing.
With
A big fat zero.
the big bow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Most likely to sleep through a storm.
Oh,
You put me?
No, me.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. You. Okay.
We're agreeing. Yeah, we're agreeing.
Oh man. Have a snack before bedtime.
Oh God, bowl of cereal.
Bowl of cereal?
I
He
eat-
eats.
Yeah.
He doesn't eat a bowl of cereal. He pours. This is so weird. He pours cereal into a red Solo cup, disposable cup. We have dishes, mind you. He pours cereal into a cup and then walks around with no spoon, just drinking, eating his cereal, and then leaves it on his nightstand along with a piece of
I
dental
thought we
floss.
weren't going to talk about my weight problem.
And so, along with a piece of dental floss that every morning I just put the dental floss in the cup, carry it to the trash. Yeah, it's a real thing.
We have an issue with dental floss too
Yeah,
that
yes,
ends
like
up
just put it
everywhere.
Like the toothpicks?
No, he likes the
Or
real
literally
floss.
the real floss?
The
You
real
just leave
floss.
it everywhere?
Yeah,
Nah, not everywhere.
Not everywhere. Just one piece on his nightstand with his cereal cup.
Okay.
It's weird.
Dental picks everywhere.
I love a good dental pick, but I throw them in the trash.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't work over here.
Mine are.
I
I'm
like
surprised
dental
there's
picks.
not one on the floor, or I probably have one in my pocket, used too.
I like them too.
I'm one that I'll grab one if I wash clothes or and dry, and if I
You'll take it
find
out?
it, I'll put it right back in my pocket.
What
Still
about
good, right?
wooden
It's been washed.
toothpicks from restaurants?
No.
I'll keep them in my cup holder. I'll use the same one for a week. Sometimes clean my ear like
Oh,
this
shut
With the
up. You do
toothpick?
not.
Because it itches.
because it feels so good.
You
Yeah.
do not do that. Are you being serious
You
right now?
used one the other day that I had in my ear.
That is so
Make a fat
trashy.
joke again.
Yeah. To cry during a sad movie.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be sad. I can cry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could be like joyful. I'll cry. Hallmark.
Yep.
Campbell's soup commercials.
So
But
no.
Joe's the emotional guy, but
I am
movies,
emotional, but it's
movies don't.
Some movies
He's-
I like rom coms. If that tells you anything about me, I like when the guy gets the girl. I had a pretty rough upbringing, not rough by like beaten
He
or
likes
whatever.
the happy ending stories.
I love happy endings. I like the guy getting the girl, I like the guy succeeding, the girl succeeding,
Anything with Jennifer Aniston.
or Jennifer Lopez,
Or Jennifer Lopez.
Made in Manhattan.
These are his
just,
favorites.
I could watch them over and over and over.
And he does. Notting Hill, My Best Friend's Wedding.
Oh, and I can sing those songs. I just love soundtracks. I may have
Are
a
you-
little feather in me.
Okay, not wrong with that. Grease.
Love
His
it.
very favorite movie. I came in one day when we were dating early on.
Listen, we're getting a little too personal
And
here.
he didn't know I came. So there's like the house.
I'll
like,
edit this part out, Joe.
you
Go
would
ahead.
park in the back, and there's like a door you come in. He was in the front room, like totally into Grease. I didn't realize it was his favorite musical at the time. And I came in, I stood behind him for a while. I was like, oh my God. Like he's singing, like it's, I can only see the back because he's in like a recliner. I see his like shoulder go. I was like, what is happening here? Yeah. And
We
then,
come together.
and so then he had to disclose later. He's like, it's my favorite movie.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Rock of Ages?
It's a good one.
Yeah, yeah.
So they have the Rock of Ages with Tom Cruise is in it. And it's a musical with Juliana Hough and
Really good.
Whatever.
Like the coming of age.
Yeah.
Our generation.
Rock and roll, 80s, whatever. And then so it was a musical on the stage. So
In Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas. So we fly out to Vegas.
Not to see that. It just happened to be there when we were there.
I bought the tickets in Kansas City. How do you
Wow.
think I didn't know?
I didn't know.
I bought the
That was a
tickets.
birthday gift.
Yeah, there we go.
Christmas.
Yes.
Yes.
All the holidays.
So we go to this deal. We're sitting front and center, and it wasn't very full. So I
With
probably
his
could have
best
sat
friend and his
anywhere for
wife.
less money with my best friend and his wife. We're singing and carrying on. They asked the girls to come up on stage. They didn't, but to sing. My buddy had no idea about these songs. You know, here I go again on my own.
Yeah.
Those had no idea. He's
Really?
just like sitting there like
We-
a bump on a log, and we're
We had the best time
drunk as skunks. The gal that was the lead, her mom was sitting behind us and like, you guys are having a blast. You want to meet everybody? We're like,
Oh,
yeah, I wanna
nice.
meet everybody.
Cool.
She had gotten so drunk.
ever. Well, hold on.
No, there's no holding
No,
on.
wait.
There's
There's
no
a disclaimer. They were selling these really tall
$32 drinks.
vodka lemonades. But once you hold on. Once you bought the $32 lemonade, the vodka lemonades, then you got it refilled. And so it's like, well, that's a deal.
But you didn't need a refill.
Two.
She
or
should have
three.
said no.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they were big. Like,
Yeah.
We party all night long. We go to bed at 4 or 5 in the morning. We have breakfast. She passes out into the food.
yeah,
Nice.
true.
We were going to see the Grand
She
Canyon
partied. Okay.
by helicopter the next day.
Ooh.
We take off. Everybody's got their headsets on like now. She's in between. My buddy's on the other side of the hell. So there's 4 of us.
And a
she's-
stranger in the front next to the pilot.
Right. And so we take off. We're not 3 minutes in. I could see her going.
That would be me.
I'm like, she's going to sneeze or
Well,
throw up.
I'm fine with it typically. This is because of the
drinking.
excessive alcohol
Yeah.
the night before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I see her hands start to.
They started like atrophying. Like they were
atrophy.
like pulling. My fingers were pulling in.
Ooh.
She goes, give me a bag. I get the throw up bag out of there. I hand it to her. My buddy Dave's got his phone. He's filming her like this.
Yeah, so
Nonchalant. He's kind of looking this
well,
way, but
his
he's got the
wife
phone.
Christina, who is like the sweetest person you'll ever meet, she was like, "Are you okay? Look over here. He's taking pictures, and Dave's like video." I'm like,
But then it got bad. And the pilot turns around and says, do we need to go back? And me and Dave are like, no, just keep going. She's throwing up.
I'm like-
I mean, puking everywhere.
like
Terrible.
thinking I'm gonna pass out. It was, and my hands were pulled out, like literally pulled out, like you couldn't
Yeah, they're
physically
just
pull them
cramping.
out.
Yeah.
So it was going to be an hour. So we cut it short a little bit. We missed the deal to get back. I had a
Well, wait,
connection.
no, they had when we got there, they had a gurney and an IV bag on the tarmac.
They
waiting
had
for
called
me.
the ambulance.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So we ended up.
And I was trying to say no, I don't need it. I was like, I need it. And so I'm like laying there on this outside tarmac with like a bag, and they're again taking pictures. I'm just like,
So they're like, she goes, I don't want to go to the hospital. He's like, okay, so you're denying the hospital. So, and the cop or the fireman's telling her, it's okay, deny it so we don't charge you anything. We don't have to take you to the hospital. It's like, but make sure you're okay first. But
Yeah.
we had already lost our ride back to the hotel, which was 40 minutes.
there was like
before.
a
Shuttle.
van, what? Yeah.
So anyway, I called the guy that we were staying at the hotel with. They sent out a big Escalade for us, right? And I go, she's gonna sit in the front with you. What was his name?
I don't know, but
I
he
knew
was
him for years.
he was like, all right, like why?
He's
Like
like-
we knew this guy from previous trips. He's like, why? And I was like, she was like, never mind. And then like 3 minutes in, he's
She's
like,
throwing
Joe.
up again.
Oh.
I'm like,
And we're taking pictures of her and all that stuff. But
It was
anyway,
terrible.
that was yeah. But Rock of Ages
Yeah.
is a great musical.
you guys need to watch
You
it.
need to watch it. You'll sing every song, the Def Leppard, Pour Sugar on, all the stuff. It's awesome. It's
Rock of
really
Ages,
really
a
is.
lot of famous people are in it too.
Okay.
Anyway,
That's cool. All right, next one. To misplace their cell phone.
Definitely me.
Yeah.
Like 9 times a day, I'll be like, "Where is it?" And they don't even respond anymore because
Can
they
you
get so
ding?
annoyed.
Yeah. Can someone ding my phone, please?
No,
she goes,
but-
"Can you call my phone?" I go, "Jamie's phone."
Yeah, and it's usually like on the washer or like in the pantry, someplace weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have that issue too sometimes, and I'm like, and
Like,
they
who
get mad at
cares?
me, and I'm
know.
like, I'd rather not
everybody's
be
trying to
connected
get a
to
hold
my
of-
phone like you guys. That has to go to the bathroom, has to go everywhere they go, and I'm like,
See,
Remember, we used to miss calls back in the day on our home phones.
yeah.
Nowadays, you're so attached to making sure you don't miss a call or you talk
Right.
to that text. Why haven't you texted me back?
I
Because
know.
I don't want to text you back because I'm
Yes.
busy. I'm doing
Yes.
something.
I know. So I'm like, don't get mad at me because I can't find my phone.
I rarely-
I'd rather.
rarely know where my phone is.
Yeah.
yeah,
I know. They give me a hard time.
I wouldn't.
Thank you.
Can you hear?
Yes,
Sin?
Oh, gee.
I can hear.
No.
Cut me off.
Yeah, good job.
Do not cut her off.
To deal with a spider in the house.
What?
Rodents, spiders, snakes, all my business.
Yeah.
She grew up in the country. I grew up in the city. I deal with mice. I was the greatest mouse catcher on Perry that there was. I probably caught 3 mice a week. I know you say maybe it was a dirty house or whatever. A big field was behind my house.
Uh-huh.
So I would just set little traps, catch some mice
Very
coming up through
proud
the
of
back
his
door.
mouse prowess.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if there's like a typical manly thing to deal with, I do it. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, you were looking at me like I was some outcast,
And
huh?
that's, damn it, you gotta take her back off. See. For most likely to forget where you parked. Yeah. I mean, isn't that what the key fob for? It's just beep beep.
Yeah, I do it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but now
especially-
try
I
to
have a
find
good-
the key fob.
No, I don't ever lose my car keys. You're the one that loses your car keys all the time.
Because
I
you
never-
wash them. She launders money. Literally launders money.
Joe has this weird.
All right, Marty Bird.
He has this weird process that he thinks is normal, where we have this little like bench in our closet, and he puts things that he doesn't feel like putting away, but aren't dirty enough to wash. Which I find like, why is there a gray area? It's either clean or it's not. and he'll leave them on this little bench. So it'll accumulate, and I'll get sick of it. So I just do a sweep and throw it on the washer. It could frequently have his money in it, keys, whatever. I'm like, there's a bin right there. Like, either it's dirty or it's not. Hang it up or put it in the laundry. And there's
So you're the one that washes my clothes and folds them? I thought somebody came in and did that stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Oh man. And the last one was sing while driving. I guess that's Joe, right?
100%.
You sing all the kids songs,
What are the
Pink
kids' songs?
Pony Club, things like that. I'm like, Pink Pony Club's a strip club
That's
in South Haven, Mississippi.
No, it's in West Hollywood.
took
It could be wherever it wants, but it's in
But
South Haven,
regardless, it's
Mississippi.
because his little niece, like our little 5-year-old niece, likes it. So we sing it.
That's fine.
Yes.
All right. Well, appreciate you guys joining us.
Thank you
I
for
mean, I know
having
it
us.
took a while to make this happen. I know you guys are busy schedule, but truly appreciate you hanging out with us on our anniversary.
Well, we appreciate you being our friends for the last.
You guys
however
get
many-
no dinner or nothing?
We have couples here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
We'll go get dinner tonight.
Yep.
We're gonna get something. It's kind of late. Yeah. Casconi's open.
Nope.
Sure it is.
It's 8:00. 8:30.
Oh.
It's not.
She said there's a new taco joint down.
Oh yeah. Have you tried that? Those tequilas.
No.
That
I
means
saw
2
it.
tequila.
Oh, thank you,
Thank
Joe.
you, Joe. I saw it on the neighborhood app, and it said it was on Johnson Drive, and that it was really good.
Oh yeah. I think it's yeah.
Oh, it is the one.
the new one. I think it just
No,
opened
it's the,
up.
Okay.
the 2.
The
It's
two.
the dos.
The dos.
New one of
Yeah,
those.
it's
God,
getting
this
really
guy's-
good reviews.
This guy's so full of jokes, I tell you.
Have you ever seen Jimmy Blue Eye, or what's that show called?
Mickey Blue Eyes.
Mickey Blue Eyes. It's an older movie.
Uh-huh.
It's with
Grant.
Hugh Grant.
Man, now you're talking way back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good show. He says we're gonna call it the La Trattoria. We're gonna call it the Trattoria. Anyways, goes to
There.
Man.
It's pretty
Yeah.
funny.
very nice.
Yes.
Well, cool. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Thanks for
Thank
having
Sorry
us.
to keep you here so long, but
So great to see you guys again.
Good to see
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It's. I think it's better like this than just going out and having a beer and talking.
Yeah.
At least now you could look back when you get sad.
Yes.
And you could look back and I could
You
make you
get
laugh.
sad.
Oh.
When you're
But
depressed,
all
you
your
can look back.
your grandkids when they get,
Yeah.
they can see
I still want
grandma
to get your
and
dad in here,
grandpa.
Joe.
Oh my god.
Remember we talked about we got to get your dad in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
That's
think?
a
Bad idea?
Slippery slope. I don't
Slippery
know.
slope.
Yeah.
Definitely slippery
I'm
slope.
out on that one.
He would enjoy it, but it would
My ears are hot.
just go on and on.
Yeah. I had the privilege to bring my uncles in here. Actually, that was something we had talked about when you were in, and I said something that I wanted to do that. It took me 2 years after we talked. Did it here in December. Yeah, just last December.
Was it good?
It was
Like, you
cool.
had fun?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
They had fun.
We talked a little bit of
They
history.
were nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because they didn't know what a podcast, you
Right,
know,
right,
and
right.
so
So they're all putting on these earphones, and they're. I don't hear anything. What's going on? What happened? I'm like, come on, Uncle. It's got turn it this way. And
Yeah.
okay,
I
here we
will
go.
say one thing
And
about
they're like,
you.
it's too damn loud in here.
I will say one thing about you two is that constant family, constantly. I'll see on Facebook or whatever, constantly doing something with family or having parties for with family and all that
Love it.
stuff, and it's just
yeah.
there's no other place that you guys would rather be, and I really like that that you guys still all. Sometimes you just get so sick of people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys do too, but it just never shows.
Yeah.
It
No.
never shows. Pretty
And
cool.
I can't say sick of people, just tired.
Tired
Yeah.
of
It's
people.
taxing. It's like
Yeah, it is
physically
taxing.
exhausting
Yeah.
at times to
Uh-huh.
always host
Yes.
and do all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So just needed a little break sometimes,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's good. It's crazy, it's chaotic, but wouldn't change
But
it.
when it's over, that means that like we're
When are they leaving?
almost
They're
done.
not talking about us.
No, not you guys.
No, that's fun.
All right, well, thanks again, guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Happy
Yeah.
anniversary.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Where do we pick up our checks?
Hold on. We're not done yet. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the Big Modcast. Until episode number 151.
Woohoo.
Adios.
Yeah.
Adios.